All right. 3, 2, 1. There we go. I'm sure that's fine.
Well, you say that every time, so it better be fine or none of them's fine.
How to make you the darn lead? I don't know what we were doing last.
I
So
don't know.
I had to keep like constantly like, reminding myself of this. The Batman Ninja.
I'm loading right now.
It's been staying in my mind this whole time. That one line that you threw at me. It was this.
Batman Ninja?
Yeah, I told you about the Batman Ninja thing.
Dude, you're gonna have to remind me because my memory resets every day, every week on Sunday.
You're like the Code Lyoko, guy. It's like your brain resets at the end of the afternoon or something.
Exactly.
So I watched Batman Ninja, and then I watched the sequel to Batman Ninja, the Batman Ninja Yakuza League, and you had a line that you just said. And even though it was over text, I heard you mentally say it. I don't. Do you know the line?
I remember what you're talking about now.
You know the line.
If you ever do editing, add that screenshot because oh my god, dude, that screenshot was like concentrated Japanese. Like there's no better way to put it other than it had like every element tailored to that exact. Like you had like samurais, you had like Gundams, you had giant flame. It was crazy. It was actually just crazy.
And I just heard it in my head like, this is concentrated Japanese.
yeah. That is how I meant it too, by the way.
Oh,
so I'm glad you got that.
I got this, by the way.
And you said that was just like a random screenshot because I was like, dude, you for sure just like found the best thing in that episode to send me.
You see those, right?
Yeah, I do. I think I can even pick them up too.
Yeah, so we don't get this until later, but it's it's a gun.
That's interesting. Can you just shoot it forever until you get legendaries?
It costs you iridium as ammo.
Oh, of course. Okay. Honestly, these aren't that great.
Would you like? What do you mean they're not so great? It's on level. Oh, how do you feel about that one? Can you see that gun I just dropped amongst all the greens?
If it was was it the one that's 223,000? That's definitely hacked.
No.
It's not 72. Okay.
No, remember we can we have volts, so I just went to my other guy and just put some junk guns for like cell fodder, so you can have that for some easy money.
Sure, I'll take it. Check this out. This thing gives me a shield when I zoom in on it.
Yeah, the Hyperion. That's the Hyperion guns do that.
All of them?
Most. I want to say most of them do that. I want to say that's the Hyperion gimmick. The ones. So like, I have a Hyperion gun. Do I have a shield?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so all the Hyperion guns have the shield.
Is this not my Jacobs? Let me see. Which gun is that? Oh yeah, you're right. It was Hyperion. Okay.
But yeah, I was okay. So the Batman Ninja, man, that thing went off the rails. And the first 30 minutes, it just it was just so. When you notice something like these dudes must have been high off their ass. Like that's how it played, and it's like, okay, so they start leading up like, all right, here's a start, like, all right, here's an opening. It's a bit quaint, just kind of just pushes right into it. It's like, all right, we're Japan. We're probably gonna be spending most of our time here, and it was just like instantly. So we're going full spoilers here for the, I'm not gonna do the recording. I'm just gonna have this on the stream side. If I ever, for whatever reason, want to hear the review talk about it. But it goes straight into feudal Japan, of course. No, it's not like, feudal Japan, like it's literally like in the past, if that makes sense. They're like, we go from Gotham City, that's supposed to be East Coast U.S., and we're now in Japan, feudal Japan, like 1600s, 1400s, that kind of thing.
So I did make a joke. I was like, "What is this, like the 1600s Japan?" However, there was a giant mech in it, so I wasn't totally sure. They got giant mechs in 1600 Japan. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that is. So the whole concept. So that, like, there's no industrialism at all, and so like the bad guys come in. Like, now mind you, everybody teleports into the at once. Everybody just teleports straight into the whatchamacallit.
To like the past.
Yeah. Everybody teleports to like all the bad guys. So it's like the whole Arkham Asylum with all the bad guys in it teleport to the past, and so it's like all the rogues gallery of Batman, like they're in the past, and it's like, okay, they've been there for like 2 years while everybody did at the same time, but there's a 2-year gap for whatever reason that Batman just like slowly has gone into. It's like, how, what's the deal going on here? So that basically led into he goes to Japan, and then Catwoman's there because, of course, like all the Bat family's there, and like they spend like a good 5 minutes like setting up, like everybody's there in the past and stuff like that, because reasons like they all managed to like at the same time like go teleport, but not Batman. He was like delayed because we had to like set up everything else, so like we couldn't do anything else. It was just so bizarre in the way it was situated, and so he goes there, and like, mind you, like Catwoman is just like hanging out. So it's like, oh yeah, just like picked up. Like none of these people should know Japanese, for one. Like the whole like, okay, I will excuse like the language thing.
Is it in Japanese?
No, we're talking like the American rendition. Like it has all like the English American voice actors, so they definitely wrote the dialogue alongside like the US people all at once. So like you can definitely tell that the like American dialogue was written alongside like the story, so like it doesn't sound really jank, and it has like the regular voice actors that DC would use for all their all the stuff at the time, and so like you think like, oh, you go back to feudal Japan, like they shouldn't be speaking English. And the only thing that ever gives a date to where they are was like, for whatever reason, like Catwoman knows this. She's just like, oh yeah, there was so like we need you to disguise Batman, and so he gets disguised as a Portuguese missionary. So Portuguese
sure.
a Catholic missionary, and like they get him with the bald, baldness going on, and like he straight up looks like that, and he like even has like a Batman tattoo, like where the bald spot is. I'm like, all right, that's a little ridiculous there, and and like that lasts for like 2 seconds, story wise, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, hang on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Roommate was knocking, so.
Yeah.
Where were we? He got dressed up as a mercenary, lasted for only a few
missionary,
seconds.
so a Portuguese missionary in like Japan. So like if you like, know anything about that like history, kind of just like it's like, all right, they're kind of threading the needle here, but
they brought over like guns into Japan, and they brought over Christianity. It was one of the first cultural exchanges. I believe it was like the Dutch that were the only people who were allowed to dock in Japan, because at that point in time they were very isolationists.
Yeah.
So.
And so it was like, all right, this isn't too bad. It kind of makes sense. We're still kind of on the rails here. We're pretty good story, and like, mind you, like Catwoman's like basically dressed in like a stripper, and it's just like you see like a priest walking around with basically like an English prostitute. It's like, how is she walking around like loosey goosey like for 2 years? Like the cultural thing would have been like caught up immediately, and like they definitely do all the shots that they can to basically like put her cleavage as much in the camera as possible. Like you can't like avoid like that critique. It's like, well, how are these people are doing this? So just to remind you every time like she gets mentioned or on screen, that's there. And then it's just like, oh, what's going on here? And it's like, I stop paying attention for like a moment, I'm just.
There's this one thing I kind of suspect when it comes to anime, and I can tell with how that show is structured, it's very anime adjacent, right?
Oh yeah, it was an entire Japanese team that did the writing and animation design. They were just like given like reins to do it. And like my like one little side thing is like they have Harley Quinn also in the story, and she's just like a modest schoolgirl look and everything. So it's just kind of like it's kind of a bit jarring, like her look. Like you can identify them, like their characters, but like in the comparison to all the other things that are going on, it's like she was given more of that like more relaxed, modest look in comparison.
Yeah. Well, so I was gonna say there's one thing I've noticed with these anime and anime adjacent shows, and it's that they like can't help themselves and they have to throw in fan service.
Yes,
and if you have a limited female cast, because like Batman and DC tends to be pretty male dominated with the heroes and villains, then the few that do get shown are going to be super sexualized. So I bet you that's what played into the decision to give Batwoman.
No, it was this Catwoman.
It's Catwoman.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
So it's only you're right. That's really the only 2 female characters they chose from. They didn't like pick up Batgirl or anything, and there was a Batwoman, but they don't ever put her in anything. So
it's kind of a shame, but that's how it is. Also, I don't know how we start the next thing. Do we just use this console?
Yes, you do the thing.
We made it just to this hub, so I don't even know how it works. It took me this whole time. I've been trying to find how we even get.
Yeah, we're gonna be here a lot. This is the hub area, so we always come back here after every mission. So get used to navigating.
It's somewhat depressing. They couldn't give us like an open world thing, man. Dang.
I did kind of like the Sanctuary 1. Now, mind you, this is Sanctuary 3, and we had Sanctuary 1 in Borderlands 2.
Yeah, so Sanctuary 1 was very open. I kind of like that.
Yeah, open area.
Kind of figure out where you wanted to go.
I remember they said in their design for this that they intended it to be very friendly to just like quick navigation to everything. Like not everything's really far away. There's like an always easy way to get somewhere. It's like it was made to like, oh, you just go down this ladder, you just do this thing, and you're right there. So they really made it like to be like cozy feeling and like everything's within reach kind of deal.
Yeah.
You get just into navigation pretty quickly.
Dude, when you are like sitting here at the screen, or not the screen, the like window, and you see things moving, you can tell just how small the planets really are.
Or if they're actually planets or just in the background. Or
well, they look tiny, like almost smaller than our spaceship. And then when you stop moving, they like paste it to the background, so then it suddenly stops moving with you.
Yeah,
it's really jarring. You should see it next time we move. It's kind of crazy.
So the next thing that happens, and this
actually, can we do that right now? Can we go back and forth? Does that cost money?
No, you can just do it whenever.
Well, look at the window and just look at the like planet.
Oh yeah,
like,
it looks like we're about to like literally scraping it.
Yeah, exactly. But then like the moment we stop moving, the planets look like planets again. It's weird. They're doing some sort of weird trickery, man. I want to watch it. Hang on, let's see it.
Yeah, it literally looks like it's just like right there. We can just touch it.
Yeah. Does it snap into place, or does it just like?
We just hold still. Or I'm guessing we don't move. It's just the skybox around us that moves.
Well, that's the weird part. It's a little 3D object, but the moment we start moving, you can tell the perspective shifts a little bit when we move.
Yeah.
But when the ship stops and you move again, the plane doesn't move anymore. It's like anchored to the background. It's really weird. I'm kind of curious, just from like a game developer perspective. I'm kind of curious, like, how did they do that? Because you can tell, like, you can move and you can kind of see it's like in the scene itself. Anyways, we'll go here and we'll drop down, I guess.
Yeah. So to continue on with the, so this is like, mind you, like, so the Batman Ninja 1, we're now immediately almost go, and for some reason, they're walking in the streets. So, fan service Catwoman dressed in like casual Japanese garb with a missionary Catholic priest Batman who's like really freaking huge. He's actually pretty darn tall. I mean, no, actually in the comics he's supposed to be really tall and intimidating as well. But it's just kind of wild. Oh, also, by the way, if you hit F3, you should get to a mail thing, and you're supposed to get free weapons from the game. Like something like the game like has like in-game email things, and it will just like send you weapons every so often. It's like I had like weapons that are just like level 72 that I can just pick up whenever and get rich and max out my SDKs, but I should at least be a little modest with it.
Yeah, that's weird. Also, I think you might be right. It might be the skybox that's moving.
It's like the cheaper way to do it rather than make the player move. You just make the like thing shake or whatever, and then just move the skybox. And like the little Maliwan ships there. Basically, what's happening is that Atlas became a thing again, because remember Atlas was in Borderlands 1, but they weren't in Borderlands 2, right?
I'm trying to think, what is Atlas? That's not a gun.
The company, and gun manufacturer. So the Atlas guns actually have a pretty
sounds familiar, but I have not paid attention to the brands or anything. So
actually, the Atlas guns are pretty nifty. So they have a switch. The switch mode for Atlas guns is that you have a tracking dart. So you shoot the tracking dart, and then you swap back to the smart bullets, and so you can be behind cover, and the bullets will go to their target.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah,
sounds a little involved, I guess. But
it is, but it's also like if you need to be behind cover and do a lot of damage, you can do that. Particularly with an early game like this. So Atlas became a thing again because of the Tales of the Borderlands exists, and that story happened. And so the guy from that restarts.
Oh my God, how do we get to this marker? Of like,
follow me.
Why is it so freaking complicated, man?
We can go this way, I guess. You need to buy anything? Buy any SDKs?
No, I'm fine. I never did play Tales of the Borderlands, nor do I really know much about it. So
that's fine.
Like,
you don't need to.
Is it? I guess considering you're mentioning it had an effect on the game world.
Yeah, they inherited the story and they treat it as canon. So.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense. And that was just like a story-driven one, right?
Yeah.
So I remember the Tales games. That company went defunct, didn't they?
Yeah, but some of the guys who survived did end up making a new game, and and it's actually looking visually pretty darn good. It actually looks like a one of those more CG rendered kind of movies, but it's actually just done in real time.
You make it sound like some of them died.
Some didn't survive.
Some of them didn't make the foreclosure.
So yeah,
company.
So back on the Batman Ninja thing, because it's just like, this is how wacky this thing is. Like in the streets, like all of a sudden, the people know. The people know that Batman is there. Like all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh yeah, he's here. We the things." And so, then Joker, like all the bad guys had taken over. Like all the bad guys, like we took over. We own all the areas. Like not sure how. It's not like they came back with intelligence. Like they're smart people, but they're not like smart enough to industrialize and take over another country they don't speak the same language on. Well, once again, we'll forgo the language part. And so basically what happens is that now the Joker samurai, they work for Joker, and he's like, "I'm Batman, you piece of shit. Why don't you come out here and play?" And then that ensues, and so he's like, "Oh, we need to go get the thing." And then when Batman I'm obviously got the order kind of mixed up here, but when Batman goes to confront Joker, the darn castle, and remember in feudal Japan, turns into Joker mech.
A robot.
It turns into the Joker mech. Like
you could have just stopped and he said the giant castle, and I knew exactly where it was going.
So it turns into the Joker mech, instantly. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. we are now off the rails. So Batman, so basically it's just like, oh, Batman has all this technology that got teleported with him, and it was just like a story thing to like take away all of Batman's fancy technology. So it's like neat. They could have just like not teleported the technology and left that as a plot hole rather than trying to answer it like that. So, or they could have just been like, you just like the technology just didn't go back in time or whatever or something like that.
So did they want to try to say that the whole world was 1600s Japan? Like it was an alternate dimension.
They didn't say like a time, but it has to be like whenever the missionaries the missionaries did their thing.
Yeah, which is I think 1600s. So yeah.
So they had been like that time of some whenever. So they like all the Batman villains. They come in and they introduce whatchamacallit, yeah, industrialization and take over the country, like just like overnight. It's like, do they have the guns? Like, what's the deal here? How is this happening? Anyways, so we're immediately off the rails in the story, and it only goes deeper off the rails from there. So what ends up happening after that is so they go and like they get saved by some Batman ninja. This is what the thing has, because there's literal Batman ninja, and it turns out it's the other family members. Now you might be wondering,
we got teleported separately or something?
Yeah. So they all got teleported all at once, but other than Batman himself, all the rest like came in at the same time. And so, but what happened to the other Bat family? So like it's the four guys who were Robin. So we had Nightwing, Red Hood, Red Robin, and regular Robin, and that's why I had like the one image of the goofy ass haircut of Robin. It came from that. So just
that was a goofy haircut, by the way. Like, god dang, man, that was a very 1600s Japanese haircut.
So now mind you, Robin has a monkey friend for whatever reason. He has a monkey friend, and they draw attention to the monkey friend like several times.
Let me answer this for you. It's because Sun Wukong. I have a theory. Right? Anything that is Japanese themed has to have Sun Wukong. And you know what Sun Wukong is, right?
No.
It's the Monkey King. It's the guy from Journey to the West.
I thought that was Chinese, though.
Book. It is a Chinese mythology. However, anything Chinese or Japanese, we'll extend it, and sometimes even Korean, has to have Sun Wukong. Every time, no matter what.
Oh.
They'll shoehorn it in. They'll give it like a themed monkey every time, guaranteed.
Yeah. Now, mind you, the monkey is like a little shorter friend monkey, like, and they somehow was able to understand English and all this other stuff. So
let me ask you this: does he at any point in time get a staff?
Get a stack?
A staff?
A staff? No.
Yeah, it's like a weapon.
He does get a book apparently. Well, no, he gets a flute from the gorilla guy from Gorilla Grodd, that controls the other monkeys and makes the monkey mech, and then the monkey mech combines with the bats and becomes the bat mech at a later point.
Oh.
Like the first one, it like goes off the rail. Like at least the second one has a more cohesive story, but it's like, how did these people think this was like? This is just like off the rails and completely insane.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's kind of funny. They just went with it, man.
Oh yeah, it's like worth watching because of how like bonkers ass this thing is going on. It's like, oh, the power of friendship in a Batman movie. Like, excuse me, this is the Batman film, and like we're worried about the power of friendship going on here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So like that's not until way later on the final fight. So obviously there's spoilers on that. It's sure lead up to it. But basically, we know what happens is that we meet a clan of bat ninjas, and like we were told by a legend that a Batman would rise our clan up to the top, and it's just like one dude. He's just like one dude and a bunch of clan guys. Just like, where's this legend coming from? And so they have like this whole extra piece going on, and it's like, all right. That's the thing now. That's how they have backup. Their backup is a bunch of dudes who had a prospect, a prophecy. So
yeah, this is kind of unhinged.
It is like extremely unhinged. So like there's actually a really unhinged part as well. So at some point, they they changed the animation for this like kind of flashback sequence, and it for whatever reason like it comes back later, but when so Batman and like the ninja guys they confront the Joker on the water because Gorilla Grodd helped them out, and Gorilla Grodd's like, all right, we'll go fight the Joker on the water, and so it was all a plot for Gorilla Grodd to take over Joker's resources to continue his plot. And so he stabs Batman in the back because he was the guy who made the teleport the time machine anyways. So of course he's going to be he's a bad guy the whole story until like the very final fight in that case. Are you seeing my little smart bullets?
Nope.
Oh, but so
like,
basically after Joker gets kicked off, like, oh, he's dead, he's done. It's like, obviously no, we're not gonna kill Joker, but they like do a whole thing like what happened to the Joker, and like at this point they haven't introduced like not all the characters have like come back in the play. So they changed this animation style to be representative that Joker like mentally tricked himself with some flowers. The mentally trick himself and Harley Quinn that they were different people. They're just the simple farmers and everything. And so, oh man, it's a dang cutscene on.
Oh, yeah, hang on, we've got a cutscene.
Anyways, I didn't skip it. I didn't skip the cutscene.
I didn't. I even cutscene.
No, I even took my hands off the keyboard to not do it. But we just introduced to this Mary Jane here. She's the Mary Jane character, never wrong, always funny, yada yada. I'm sure you can. The dialogue is kind of that's it.
Sounds like a good character.
So Joker and Harley Quinn have convinced themselves in this an animated sequence that's in the middle of the darn film that they are different people, and then Red Hood shows up and is like, you're clearly Joker. I am not going to be fooled by your stuff, and beats the shit out of him. But then Batman's like, oh, you can't beat the shit out of them. They're just regular people. And it's like, what? But you can clearly tell that they're not Japanese, and that they're clearly just Joker and Harley Quinn. And so Batman's just like, nah, they're fine. Just let them get away. And that like comes back to bite them, of course, because the whatever flowers that they were growing in the fields springs back like their memories, because like they couldn't like risk like their memories and like their personality being popped through when Red Hood shows up to kick their ass. So like when we're talking about unhinged, it's literally like showing him in like this weird, it's a completely different animation style. Like it goes to like a painting drawing style for this little piece here. In case you're wondering.
They would shift it up like that. I know when you had sent me a screenshot or two, it looked like it was mostly not so good 3D animation with the 2D characters occasionally.
Yeah.
It's like characters were in 2D, but a lot of the background elements would have been 3D.
Oh, so just real quick, so what's happening in the story is that we're going to the guy from the Tales of the Borderlands, who was friends from the other guy that we found that was naked with an underwear. And so we're just going to him because he runs the show now. That's basically it, because, incompetent, executive white guy can't take care of himself. Anyways, that's all that's really important there.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, like this whole sequence is just like, go kill dude. I'm not like trying to take away the thing from you.
Literally the whole Borderlands series. Like, not to distract from you, but...
I think the DLC's got a little more going on with them, but if we get there, we get there. So yeah, now we leave Joker and Harley Quinn behind, and then we do this montage sequence of like, for whatever reason, they decided Batman should have like a complex with like technology, so like he like can't like use technology or whatever, like in the sense of things, like he isn't like good because he doesn't have technology. Oh, that was you do that. So like he for some reason he's like, oh, I can't be Batman because it's the technology that makes me, and it's like, this is not a Batman thing. He would never say that. But anyways, we'll like, all right, fine, we'll move on from there. It's whatever, and all that. So, we just end up being okay with that. Oh, you're in my vehicle apparently. I guess we have to do this because of the 2-player thing. This game like kind of like this part is like meant to be like 1 player for whatever reason. So we're meant to like follow her on the Cyclone, and like it's just supposed to be a 1-person motorbike, 1-wheeler.
Oh, are we supposed to have one as well?
Well, I think if we were playing single player, but I don't know. It's fine.
We can go back and try to get one. Probably not too late. Maybe if I'm out of your vehicle, we can get one, and I can get one too. I tried to spawn one earlier, but it didn't work.
So yeah, we just continue the story, and then like the Batman ninja guys are like, yeah, we're gonna be there for you, and then they go mount an assault on Gorilla Grodd, and everything, and then for whatever reason, like up to this point, all the other like rogue are so like Two-Face is there, Penguin's there, Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy is like fan service as shit and back. So of course they gotta do that. Then who Two-Face, Penguin, and Gorilla Grodd.
Oh, yeah, it's locked for me.
I guess
we'll just a big lock symbol on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 unlocked. Although it does show me it in the list, so I don't know if that's pulled out.
But so Gorilla Grodd is just hanging out, and then of course there was like Gorilla Grodd is manipulating all the other people. He's the guy who brought all the industrializations. Like, all right, Gorilla Grodd's like a smart character, Gorilla Man, and going on, and then he's manipulated this whole time all the other rogues member gallery guys to build their own castle mechs. And so like all their mechs, like they all have like something castle, it's Power Rangers the Helen mech. Your concentrated Japanese line this is an understatement. It's an understatement at this point. Like it really is.
Throwing everything in there, huh?
It really is. Like it is the words that you're saying when they were like doing this whole thing, and so I'm like, what is this like Transformers Power Rangers Voltron thing going on? And so like all these castles are being manipulated by Grodd to be like built as one big castle, as obvious, and then he just mind controls them all because like they go out into a fight field, and it's like, oh, I got everybody in one spot now so I can mind control them, and then he does, because it's like it was that obvious, and like they do nothing else in the story. And like later, like nothing of that the other Rogues Gallery members do is of any importance. They at some point just like kind of show up for a fight to occupy the other like Bat family members for whatever reason, but like that's it. They're gonna lose because they always lose. That's just how the story goes. So
yeah, they lose until the very end or the finale. Then they win.
And then so in the middle of like all the castles transform into one mega castle, of course, and it's got like the goofiest name, and they use like a I don't know what some old what's like one of those old like Japanese like board games or something like that. I want to say like Pai Sho, but that's from Avatar. So he has like those board pieces from some game, and he's using that to like manipulate. So the whole time, like it's not like there's digital things to control stuff. No, like they're using just like the wooden materials, and like somehow they have like screen technology for stuff, and it's just like it's the wackiest thing in the world. It really is. Oh, am I holding you up here?
Yeah, come on. What you doing?
I'm explaining the story of Batman Ninja. I haven't even gotten the Batman Ninja 2 yet, so
you're like you've only explained like 1 of 10 subplots, I'm sure.
Oh, it's worth watching just because of how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
So all the things get combined, and then before it finishes combining, the Joker shows up. Wow, didn't see that one coming. And then Red Hood's like, see, I told you, and it's like it plays back to the sequence in that other animation style of like the Joker and Harley Quinn in a field, like crying that they about stuff, but it was them getting high off the flowers and remembering the things that they did, or because they can do that. And so that plays kind of a partial role in taking over the whole thing. And so Joker takes over. Harley Quinn's just in the mech as well, because there's a spot for her. Not like it would have ever been possible for her to have a spot. And mind you, like Catwoman betrayed Batman up to this point, and then like she just comes back. She's like, just silly old me. It's like, really? Okay,
it's okay with it.
Yep. It's just like nobody addresses it at all. It's like, oh, that's just Catwoman. She's just out there being fan service. Oh no. So
yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Unlike Harley Quinn, you can't do clown fan service in a Japanese based one. So whatever, we'll just move on from there. And she plays no role in the second one at all. She like doesn't show up and it's not important like at all. Catwoman. And so Harley Quinn has more of it's like valuable in the second movie, which is pretty impressive. Oh, we have enemies to shoot apparently.
I found a secret.
Oh, neat. I'll stop whatever I'm doing to go do a secret.
It's my secret up here. Oh, you can get up that way? Lame.
Oh, what?
This is my secret over here. This is this little crevice over here. That's it. Just like a weirdly like, why is this here? You can get up from over here though. Thing. Oh well. No real interesting secret here. I thought there'd be a chest up here, but surprisingly there's not.
Now, okay, so Gorilla Grodd, he's like, shoot, Joker kicked my butt out of the...
A really smart gorilla guy?
Yeah, he's the guy who basically made the time travel machine. It's like, all right, sure, we'll go with that. There's something wrong there.
It's gotta get started somehow, you know? And it's better they choose a character like that than Harley Quinn.
Making a time machine, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they had, like, Ultra Human Knight, but that's more of a Superman villain anyways.
I don't know who that is. I think
basically, it's just Gorilla Grodd, but if he was a human-made gorilla instead of like gorilla-made human.
Yeah.
So Gorilla Grodd's like, oh no, you can't, stop me, and so like up to this point, he gives a flute to Robin. He's like, or he gives a flute to Batman. It's like this will help control my monkey army. I'm like, dude had a pocket monkey army. Like we see him with some monkeys at some point later, or at some point, but like he just says like, oh, he's also trained these monkeys to be like armored up, like they're suited like samurai. These monkeys, like they are like stacked to the tits, ready to go for battle. They everything is they're just gung ho making it happen. And so they have a flute that calls up the monkeys, and the monkeys get in there and they like kind of stop the mech a little bit. Not really efficient at that. You know, something made out of wood and rope is just like not stopped by monkeys getting inside of it and tearing apart apparently. So they're like, you know, oh, it's just not enough. We need more. And then like, oh, it takes like the heart of the monkeys together to do a thing, and then like the monkey from earlier, like his like girlfriend like comes by and like for instance we're like stopping the whole story to address this monkey and his girlfriend's subplot. Which is like the wackiest thing in the world that we're just like
adding in. It's like there's so many layers deep of like crazy weirdness.
Oh, dude, like you have to like see this with your own eyes.
Girlfriend plot.
Oh yeah.
So like what?
And
so
it's there.
So out there.
It's there with shame. It's shamelessly there, and like the whole thing. And so like I don't remember like what he calls. I don't remember what Robin calls him. He's like the only guy who ever addresses the monkey. They like look at the monkey. Like everybody like looks and acknowledges that it's real, and it's not like Robin being crazy or anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like
they call him Wukong. That's what they call him.
I want to say it was like Monkey Coo or something like that. It was something like supposed to be like a little kitty thing, you know. Wow, I've got to make the little kids happy.
Yeah.
And so
so real quick, I went underground. There's these like nasty roaches down here.
Shoot them.
Are we supposed to go underground?
No, we're supposed to go through this teleporter to the Meridian Metroplex.
Oh, okay. Can you trigger that?
Oh, okay, sure.
Because I'm underground. I'm fighting roaches, and I'd rather not be here. It's kind of gross.
Was this like a nice little breakup from the regular Pandora environment?
It's still a little gray though, don't you think? Like, why is everything all dilapidated and gray?
Because there's a war going on.
We're in, like, a war zone.
It looks a little nicer at night when all the neon lights are making everything shine up.
Can we not go to a war at some point? Like,
nah.
Can we go to a theme park or something?
Dang, why do I have this level 65 Torg pistol? Where did I get that from?
Ah, gee, I wonder.
No, I didn't have that in my thing. I didn't walk out into this area with that.
No, I believe you. Yeah, sure.
But like I would have sold it if I. That's weird. I don't know why. Anyways, so Monkey Coo and his girlfriend like play the flute extra hard, and like all the monkeys assemble into a super monkey. Like, so there's one big super monkey, and it even goes like into detail, like, oh, the monkeys have the armor on, or like they're actually climbing on top of each other and they're using the armor. And when you pan out, this looks like glowing super golden monkey. I'm like, I can't. I can't anymore. And you even think like, oh, like obviously I spoiled later, like for whatever reason, like when Batman's like falling through the sky and Monkey Coo's like, oh no, and then like the Bat Ninja Clan comes back out of the woodwork. It's like, okay, like mind you, like there's a Bat Ninja Clan like doing some other stuff. Like they went off and did a thing first. I don't know what they did, but they did a thing. And then now they're back. They did their thing and they're coming back. They're like, oh, we're gonna save the day. And then bats come out of the woodwork, and now we have the bats fusing with the monkey to make a kaiju Batman that you saw. So that's how we got there. And so like this is out in the big field, and so like Mecha Joker is like still piloting the thing, but it's like it's kind of broken or something like that. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know why like they're having all this trouble. It really doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So
I made a mistake.
No, you didn't.
I bought a new shield, but it's one level higher than I am. But I sold all my other shields.
Well, you better level up. I'm gonna make that into a short in like 6 weeks.
Oh no! I immediately go out and I'm already half health. Alright, I'm just gonna buy like the cheapest, most garbage shield I can find.
Until you can level up.
Oh, but they're all level 10! Alright, well, isn't there like a buyback or something? I'll just buy back one of them, right? Well, I thought I was gonna be all cool getting me a new shield and everything. It's should have never even tried.
Oh, maybe I have a dang firestorm grenade launcher and the ceiling's too low. Like look at the ceiling real quick. It explodes the ceiling.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Well, it's better than my grenade, which I think is just a claymore. And then if they never like touch the exact center, it just doesn't do anything. 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't do anything. The AI is not that dumb.
Unfortunately.
It really makes me wonder why they even made that a grenade type.
Yeah, they didn't have it in the other games. It's like it kind of makes more sense if like you're in a battlefield scenario where the enemies are moving around you or something.
And then the enemies are just avoided anyways.
I guess.
It's really just a garbage type. It does a lot of damage, so I mean, makes me want to equip it. Oh hey, I'm level 10 now. Quickly, in the middle of combat, I need to put on my
Go back to the shops. Like, hold on, I gotta go back to the vending machine, guys. I gotta get this. If I don't do this now, they're like, you know, we'll wait for you. We're good. We're good.
Oh, God, I forgot how bad the like mouse UI is. This game's got like mouse UI like an N64 game.
Oh, I leveled up. Hell yeah. Oh, you know what? I gotta stop what I'm doing and just tap the next little thing. Let's see here. Huh, what does that do? Converts the shoulder
like,
cannon to cryo damage. Oh, I can do cryo damage now?
Are you? No, that's not you. That's the NPC.
Oh, wait, how do I unequip that? I don't want to do cryo damage. I kind of want to just keep my... You know what? Whatever, we'll live with that.
Yeah, cryo damage sounds pretty cool. Why not?
I guess I might get more use out of cryo damage than anything.
This new shield's working pretty well. I'm taking like grenades, I'm taking gunshots, it don't matter, I'm taking it all. I'm just like the NPCs, I'm a bullet sponge. Dang, you're doing a lot of damage. I just seen you like take him out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just hitting the enemies. I'm just doing my thing. The smart bullet thing's kind of nice when you're in the early game. Oh, that's you. I've been like way back here.
Yeah, I'm having to carry us again, just like the last game. You're supposed to be the one who's supposed to carry us, and yet here we are.
So, we now have a Bat Kaiju, which is independent of Batman. So Batman is still walking like by himself, doing his own thing. Oh, you must die or something?
Stand right next to them.
Exploding
barrels.
barrels.
Yeah, like went up right up to his face.
And so, Bat Kaiju is doing his thing, and Batman like jumps into the Joker mech, which has, once again is like is Voltron style or Power Rangers. So like it's 6 other mechs that were stacked into each other like castles made of stone and everything, and it's just moving around like there's no problem. And so I'm sure you can imagine how this is working out for everything logically. Yeah, these weapons are nice and upper level.
They put logic on the back burner there.
They're like, we can't afford logic right now. We like literally financially cannot afford logic.
What's a good type of grenade? Is rubberized or longbow any good?
So longbow basically means where it's ray traced to wherever you're looking at is where it lands, and then rubberized means it just bounces towards the enemy in the direction that you were facing.
So they both kind of suck. Homing does like a quarter of the damage it should.
Yeah, but homing means like you can throw from anywhere and it'll go to the nearest enemy. So like you're worried more about the grenade thing. Is more like, oh, how does it get to the enemy? Like, do I want to look at them? Because like right now my Firestorm grenade is a longbow version, but it doesn't say longbow. So usually it said like longbow in the name, but it says longbow at the bottom. So you have to like look extra closely at all that.
Yeah. What are we doing here? We gotta like activate the console. These darn helpless NPCs. You know, I will say I never really feel like we're a central character in the Borderlands series. It always feels like we're kind of like tagging along.
Yeah.
Like we're the secondary characters in the story.
Until the next game comes around and
then we're the secondary characters again. It's like you're never really central to the plot. Really, you're just like
no. Especially when like your
tag along
character is the siren character and the enemy is a siren character that absorbs siren's powers. It's like, I guess I just won't touch her skin. You know, can't do that.
How'd you mention it? Yeah, why'd they let me go?
He like had you right there. They could have just walked up to you and slapped you silly when you're weak. And so, what I was saying, so Batman climbs in there, beats up Joker, and then like the monkey and then the kaiju Batman is just like, yeah, you know what? Not a problem. I'm gonna just take care of the things, and then they win, and then they activate the time machine thing. Like there's a whole nother subplot of like all the Rogue Gallery villains have like a power source to like the time machine thing, because for whatever reason it wasn't just one power source, it was like 5 power sources. And it's like, why do they all have these power sources? Like it's not really even important to the story, because it's like, oh, we just need the one from so and so, and then it's all good to go. Because Gorilla Grodd was manipulating it for 2 years, but it's not until Batman came by, and like a whole month of time. Like they even say like a month of time passes with Batman like there in the past doing the thing. So it's like, okay, sure, that's whatever. We'll just move on.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: during that month or whatever, did they ever show Batman getting ramen?
Getting a what? Getting ramen? No, it's just a time jump, like a one thing that says month later.
Gotcha.
There's almost like nothing
at any point
eating.
in time. Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like no eating sequences. There's some rice fields at one point, but
in Japanese media, because they do like the plastic foods really well, so it's kind of like just become a staple.
But wait, didn't ramen come
mustard,
out?
Right?
Yeah, didn't ramen come out way later in Japan because of the introduction of wheat?
I actually have no idea. I imagine. Yeah, no, I actually have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that was later when.
Like, Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Huge amounts of eating sequences. Like, that game went from roasting your meat on, like, a spit roast for, like, 10 seconds in the game to now they had, like, dedicated meat eating, or not necessarily meat, I guess, but just any food eating sequence when you get your food. It's kind of crazy how they went ham on that. Anyways, I just figured I'd ask. It just feels like, to really pique the Japanese culture there, they'd have to.
Oh no! Like every scene is just like concentrated Japanese to the max, as we say, like fan service beyond you can imagine, in the like the off cases. But so like,
okay, 12.
Am I what? I'm level 10.
Level 12. Why are they selling us level 12 items? What the heck?
We're supposed to be level 12, I guess. That's probably what they're telling us. Like, hey, go do some side quests. There's our hint.
That's lame. Okay, sorry, you're
So
saying.
basically, that's basically where things end. Like they go back into the proper timeline, and that kind of ends the movie. And that's when like you see like the chariot at the end there. I saw that. I showed you that chariot part, right? Like the bat
I
chariot.
think so.
Like so,
Yeah.
Batman's like like in this chariot back in regular Metropolis, and he's just like in there with Alfred, like cross leg or like sitting down formally with those and everything, just like sipping some tea with like a chariot of like 6 horses pulling his self. I'm just like neat. So, and then that was just like the end credits at that point. Now we get
We
to
unlocked the we unlocked the vehicle.
yeah. So now we have the vehicle. And so this is where now we jump 7 actual years to the Batman Ninja 2. I have no clue where I'm going, by the way. I'm just
Oh
driving
no,
around while
I
I.
was following you. I think you
No, no,
took
no.
it on.
You lead.
You know, you played this game before.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
So it's
supposed to
your
make.
turn to play the game.
No, 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 no. It's your turn to guide me so I can have an enjoyable time. You're supposed
No,
to
no.
be
You're
like,
you're supposed
let
to
me
be. I'm supposed
let
to
me
be
make this
following
the best
you, so I
gameplay
can
you've ever
keep
done.
talking about Batman Ninja Part 2.
No one wants to hear about Batman Ninja Part Two and their.
With the
Okay, maybe I.
Borderlands.
But still,
Basically, what's happened in the story is that they're like, oh, we helped Maliwan do this thing, and we're like pseudo partners or whatever, but we're gonna basically betray them later. And they're like, ah, we know you are, but we'll live with it for now.
we know you are, but who am I?
Exactly. So
I like how they give us the vehicle for like 20 feet, and then we're back on our feet.
yeah. Man, these slaves are level 13 now.
What? You're in the wrong area. These guys are level 11. Oh, that dude's level 13. Well, just ignore him.
Oh, they destroyed my vehicle, so.
Got a new gun. Oh no, I didn't. Never mind.
So we're now in Batman Ninja 2. So 7 actual years have passed since the Batman Ninja 1, but only logically 2 days, only like a day and a half have like really passed. Like one night. They just come back and like the next day, that's when things are wacky. So they're like, oh man, so Batman's like, oh, I gotta figure out like where the timeline discrepancies are, and I found it. The entire island of Japan, it's gone. It's gone.
Wait, what? Really?
Japan has disappeared.
It's gone.
It doesn't exist any longer. Like everything that was considered owned by Japan is just not on the map anymore.
And,
We can confirm.
How long exactly did it take them to figure that out? Because
Like a day.
yes, I've done 5 months of research and I finally figured it out. Yeah, we're just missing like a whole island, whole continent, you know.
A whole like land mass.
I suspected something on month 4, but month 5 really sealed it, you know.
I think it was only supposed to like a day or so like past because when they came back, it was like basically where they left off.
Yeah.
So Batman's like, yeah, Japan isn't there, and also there's this thing called a Yakuza hurricane, and like none of us know what a Yakuza hurricane is, right? And they're like, nope, never heard of this one before. And it's like, all right, all of our guys who went to the past are at least on the same page, so we have not gone off the rails just yet. Like it's kind of impressive that they actually managed to get that happening at that point. That we managed to finally have a situation where we didn't go off the rails because it called for a wacky story. So a little more promising that we'll have a coherent story up to this point, and everything. Basically, what happens here is that they're like, all right, we have this Yakuza hurricane coming because they have like weather detection for Yakuza hurricane, and when they explain the mechanic of how this works later. It's like, how do they have time to detect that a Yakuza hurricane is coming? Like that doesn't make a. Like, it even makes less sense when they explain like how it worked.
I'm lagging a little bit.
Huh?
The enemies and I'm kind of rubber banding a bit.
I'm just like out here gaining XP because I forgot what I was doing because I was too busy explaining Batman versus Yakuza League. Okay, so
Yeah,
the
they just had to choose like Yakuza for the hurricane name because
oh no, no, they wrap it in like so
oh,
like
did they?
so what it
Made by
happens.
the mafia, huh?
So what happens is like, oh, to figure out the other discrepancy, the Justice League is gone. I'll let you figure out how this plays out. The Justice League is gone, Japan is gone, and now all of a sudden above Gotham is Japan. Japan's up there
Oh,
now, like
that's funny.
in the sky. Like it's like another dimension kind of deal where it's like it's another dimension, but only the people who went back in time can see the thing in the sky. And so these people are just like, yeah, you know what? Yakuza League, your Yakuza Hurricane exists, and then like we have these people kind of like falling down from the like it's when like it's raining men, and so like the regular people like Commissioner Gordon or whatever, he can't see the thing in the sky. So everybody else like who went to the past, like we can see the thing in the sky, and they can just go to it, like without a problem. They can just they just go to it. So it's like, all right, you know what? At least they can do that, and they don't have to like do a bunch of like fancy things to get it done.
It's still a little wacky that they can just see a floating island and it's
Yeah.
tied to the fact they went to the
Yeah,
past.
yeah, they can see it, and nobody else can see it. It's like a multi-dimensional thing. So it's like,
Sure.
all right, and they can it just takes he just takes the bat wing and just goes up there, and so we have Batman Ninja or Batman says regular Batman now with all of his fancy stuff, and then we have so the Robin is Damian Robin. Do you know who Damian Robin is?
Nope. I barely even know who regular Robin is.
Wait, who's regular Robin to you?
It's a pretty good question. I don't know.
Okay, so the
Like I said,
answer.
I barely even know.
Okay, so the original Robin was Dick Grayson. 'Cause I know my Batman lore, you know. Oh, where are you dying? I'm not near you.
I'm just gonna kill the strongest guy here.
So regular Robin is Nightwing, Dick Grayson, and then Jason Todd is he was the second Robin, and he became Red Robin because Joker's like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, and then just does it. And they're like, oh no, why would he do such a thing? And then like they make a silly character into a traumatic character, and it's like And then the third Robin is Tim Drake, and so he's kind of like the least important Robin, but he comes Red Robin just because. Like that's just like his story. Like nothing crazy with his stuff. Like they just like treat him like a normal guy. And so then Damian Wayne Robin is Batman's bastard kid with Ra's al Ghul's daughter, or whatever. That's all that really matters there. And so we have the Robins, grown adults with the kid Robin, or like the youngest one, who was like, I'm gonna kill people, no problems, and that was like his whole story. Basically, they don't address any of that because it's not important, because it's all just like comic book lore, and it's like we just want more characters that have a more fleshed out team. So basically, they have like their
They backtrace on the whole killing part, right? They always
yeah
do.
no like they don't do the killing.
Yeah. I like how they constantly, like, that's a pretty common theme to be like, yeah, we're killing now, and then like by the end of whatever it is, it's like, no, we don't do that here.
Yeah, it's like a killing. Like, nah, we don't get to do that.
It's like only briefly though, because we gotta have some moral dilemmas.
And like, and
That's a
kind of
pretty
on the
big
scenes like
thing.
on Marvel, they don't really address the killings. Like, sometimes you just do it. Sometimes people just die. A little unfortunate, but they do.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because you're doing dangerous crap. It's like, you ever heard of like when you're like, oh yeah, no one ever died, fighting villains and this and that, and it's like, look, have you ever like seen what it takes to make a movie? Like, just like
All the work
everything
that
is
needed.
everything's like kind of whatever, but like a stuntman, for example, he does like a simple little stunt.
Yeah.
Like, those guys get paralyzed on like the craziest things. Like, I think there's like a fight sequence or something that one of the actors, I was listening to like an actor or something talk about something, one of the movies they were doing, and the stunt double was basically doing a fight, and one of the stunt doubles accidentally punched, like did a real punch, and to the other actor's jaw. I think it was like a stunt man or whatever, and it caused them to get paralyzed.
Huh.
And it's like, you're telling me, and you know, obviously stuntmen have died before making movies, and that's not action oriented combat. No, that's just like, no one's out to kill people like they would be if they were fighting. And you're telling me, like, you know, these people aren't even doing like actually death stuff, and they're getting injured. But you're telling me, like, when superheroes go out actively trying to beat people up, they all come away okay? Nah,
Yeah.
I don't believe
Or they
that,
don't
you
like,
know?
oh, I have accidentally killed this dude. It's like with the whole thing with
Yeah,
Batman's like, oh, he's like prep time and super smart and stuff. It's like, then okay, then he should never ever get injured and never fail a fight, essentially. But then
yeah. I
that kind of
mean,
makes
it's
him
more
like
like
a Mary Sue or yeah, Mary Sue kind
yeah,
of character.
or Gary Sue
Yeah.
is for the male characters. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
what I was
get
looking
you.
for.
And it's like, I don't know. To me, it's like people die all the time for the most mundane stuff, and it's like, you're telling me it's got to be all funs and roses and only knocking people out, and it's like, to me, it's a little silly. I kind of appreciate a little bit how Invincible handles it. I think that's a pretty good middle ground what they got going on there, because like they address the moral dilemma, but at the same time they do show, like, yeah, people be dying. My only problem with Invincible is they keep bringing people back.
Huh.
I don't think anyone ever actually dies in there. They die, but it's only temporary until they get brought back as like a robot or something. Anyways, we were saying about the
I'll let the cutscene play out. Do you remember this guy from
no,
Borderlands 2?
supposed to know this person.
Yeah, he's from
Isn't that your
Borderlands
character
2. He was
you
one of the
played?
characters you could have played as, but I managed to convince you to play Krieg instead.
Oh yeah, that was a shame. I should have played this dude. Look, he's doing melee. Did you see that? Oh, we don't fight him.
No, he's friendly. I know, disappointing, right?
I
Oh,
totally thought
did
he
you need to
was
do your
involved.
thing, by the way? It's almost like 9:20.
Oh, yeah. Actually, thanks for that. Is this gonna like be a sequence or whatever? I just need like 5 minutes. I'm gonna.
Yeah, well, I'll just play around while you're doing that.
Yeah, I'll be back.
While he's building XP, I've been out here shooting things. What? This thing didn't die yet? I gotta remember the darn layout of this map. I don't know why I have that. It's kind of interesting just to have the music on in the background. Like, I usually just set, like, no balance to it. Now there's the balance to the music. So here's my ride that I had. Till I, like, went off, way off the rails and having flashbacks about stuff about my location. Yep. Neat. How was it that you look backwards again? I got this audio so low, I can barely tell what's going on. Um... I can't remember what to do with that. Wait. Oh, was that just... That was this thing. That's right. It's that thing and it creates a circuit. Then that did do it? No, it didn't. So I think there's another one. Where's that? Where's my nearest catch a ride? Rise and grind coffee. It's the police. Oh, did I level up? Oh, I needed it. Where are we going? What are we doing? What's on the mission list? Probably need to figure that out real quick. A celebrity bandit. He gets into weapons. Neat. Ding.
Hey, I'm back. You still with me?
Yeah. Did you level
All
up?
right, yeah. I don't know, did I?
I might have
I
killed
did.
enough
I'm level
people.
11 now.
Killed enough people for you to level up in that spare time. Kind of just was enjoying the music because I have all the other things down so low. I need to get some new weapons. These guys are level 13, 14, and my guns are like level 9. Anyways, you're good to go?
Yeah, hang on. They pulled me over for just a moment. I'm just kind of giving them the wrap-up message before I hop off. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I hopped on, and I was legitimately not expecting them to reach out to me, but they did, and they pulled me into the call for a little bit, which is fine. But they were quick, man. They must have been monitoring for like, oh, is he on? Is he on? Because they did have a couple questions for me.
They're like, we need him. We need him.
Well, you just know how it is. It's like when you're about to do something big, you got a bunch of last minute questions, and
Yeah.
even if the questions themselves aren't necessarily important, you still want to make sure they're not important.
Yeah.
So, and I just went in and was like, yeah, we're all good.
Should I?
But yeah, they pinged me and they were like, yeah, join the meeting. I was like, oh, dang. I was expecting that to be like a few seconds, but anyway.
Should I continue my story?
Yeah. Where do we leave off? Because all I remember is the differentiating between the different Robins.
All right, so back on. So we're now we have Japan in the sky. So all the Robins and Batman are the four are just like we're like, all right, we got to figure out what to do. I need more data, and so Batman calls a Batwing, and then whatever reason the youngest Robin, so Damian Robin, he's like, I'm calling with you, and Batman doesn't say anything. He's like, all right, and they just go. And so the other Robins slash their own individual characters now, they're like, all right, we'll take care of these men falling from the sky, the Yakuza. Literally just like they just like fall from the sky. They're just like, that's just their gimmick, is that they just come from the sky and everything. And so Batman goes up there, and he's he like it was like a trippy little sequence. I was like, oh, well, I'm going through the time, and then they don't really say much about it. They're just like, I guess we're just good to go through because we can see it or whatever. You think like up to that point, like everybody else would have attempted to like figure out like, can we go up there as well? Like, where are these dudes just coming out of the sky? Like all of a sudden they're trying to take over. Like that doesn't make a lick of sense. So they go up there and they're like, where's the other Justice League? We don't know where they are and stuff like that. We need them. And so they get to Batman and Robin is up there, and they find the next round of fan service, but we'll get to that part.
Of course.
So they get they
real quick though, I just seen something really weird happen.
Yeah.
There's this like some bot. There's a Maliwan looking bot. It was like called Amber something, and it was really hard to kill.
Oh, those like named enemy.
I guess it was. It ran over here by the fountain. I don't know if you see where I'm at, where the fountain is.
Now I'm like way behind you, like killing enemies you missed.
It put its hand on the ground. It was called Amber Lamps. That's what it's called. I guess
Amber Lamps?
But it put one of them, it put its hand on the ground, like created like a little molten puddle, and then like jumped into it and disappeared.
Oh.
Is that normal?
Nah, it just sounds like a named enemy with special features and stuff.
Oh, okay. I saw another Amber Lamp. Yeah, there's one over here. So
maybe it's just the next elite level version of the enemy or something.
Super hard to kill though. Like, oh my goodness.
You got corrosive weapons? If it's a robot, you need some corrosive weapons.
That's true. I don't have a corrosive weapon.
So
you see this thing kill?
So Batman, he's in the Batwing, and he lands down, and I feel like the dang music is really loud. But he lands down, or he doesn't land yet. He gets in there, so like he's this whole sequence. Like he flips upside down, and he's above like this alternative version of Japan, and everything that was in the sky. And so what ends up happening is that because the Justice League are they're there. That's the gimmick, is that the Justice League they don't exist because they have to exist in this other timeline. For whatever reason, they don't really explain it, but they're not actually the Justice League. They're just like different alternate versions of them, but they're like existing at the same time and everything. And so the Green Lantern, so they decided to go with the one girl Green Lantern. Interesting choice, but I guess they want to diversify the voice cast or something like that. Whatever. Not like it really matters too much. They don't really do much anyways. So they get the Femme Green Lantern, whatever her name is, I forget. And she's like, I'm part of the so-and-so clan. You have trespassed on my land. And like they're playing in the sky too. And so she's like guzzied up in like a Japanese like flavored everything. And so they're like, man, it really is hard to kill this one.
The Amber Lamps?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I got it. It's a boss enemy, that's why.
Oh, I wonder if it was just a teleport animation I saw then.
Had some shields on her
Drop the
too. Well, I
TV.
guess go ahead and just yoink the rest of the junk. So, we like okay, so we get away from the Green Lantern girl. So like the Batwings are kind of beat up at this point, but it's not like out of order. And then we fly over a lake, and then Aquaman's there. Aquaman's like, oh, I'm part of the family as well. I'm second in charge, and you're a goober. And so he's like, I'm gonna slap you silly. And they're like, ah, shit, we got to get out of here. And so they keep flying and everything. And like, okay, it's like, mind you, like the intro is like, when you if you watch those, like watch all of them back to back. It's definitely worth watching them back to back, more so than having a pace, a break in between.
I mean, if you're gonna go watch it,
Yeah, it was definitely worth watching these back to back, just with how like wacky and wild the whole ride was, and everything. It's so wild. I obviously have to talk about it like 2 weeks later, so I haven't like watched it since. Now I'm like trying to go from memory like 2 weeks after talking about it.
yeah,
So
I can
we keep flying and we keep flying, and then we run into Wonder Woman, or like the version of Wonder Woman. Like they all had like different names and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, you're fine in my land. If you guys cross over here, you're transgressing against the lines." You know, like the word transgression or whatever.
It wasn't like Japanese Wonder Woman, was it?
Yeah. So it's like the Japanese flavor. It's like they don't like ever address like the race issue that pops up, like in the sense of like their Wonder Woman would technically also be like Greek or whatever. There's like Japanese, and so she's like, "You're totally fine in my land. You're welcome. Because if you're being chased down by them, then you're good in my book." That's kind of how the situation is kind of playing itself out. So she's like, "All right, I'll help you out, and because you'll probably owe me later." And so they just talk a little bit, and like obviously got Wonder Woman. She's the fan service because Catwoman's out. It's like, oh, we can't have the same one. So she's like, I'm sure you can imagine what her outfit is like, and somehow they do it. They make her even more fan service, like in the later half of the movie. I'm just like, I don't know how they did it, but they did. They did. So. Oh, that was just it's something I just like kind of like couldn't help but notice. I'm like, she's like they brought back Harley Quinn, and they like basically like gave her the same outfit, just like slightly different. And then there's just like Wonder Woman, just like, yep, I'm a real woman over here. I'm like, all right. Anyways, that never ends up being like any other addressment or issue, or it never gets like addressed ever again.
Armor.
So then she helps him out, and then the people come together, and then like so Batman's like, all right, I got to get out of here. I got to go back. I got to go regroup my team, and then we got to do something about this. And so they attempt to fly out, and would you know it's Superman? He's there. He's like, I'm gonna stop this because like he's also working for the guy, our mystery man, if you would. So he's working for the mystery man, and if you know like anything Batman lore wise, you'd be like, I know who the mystery man is before saying anything else. It was kind of obvious who the mystery dude was going to be that caused all the problems, or who's like somehow like he just do like manipulated the situation to his advantage. I was like, all right, not sure how, but okay. And so we get Superman, but the Yakuza Superman actually doesn't have a bad outfit in general. And I guess we share the same, or see the same thing on that one in the game wise. And so then Superman's like, all right, my goal is to take Damian back to my master. So like that immediately tells you like what exactly is happening.
Whoa! It's 2025. We can't say that.
Say what? say master.
Saying, right?
He took him back to his master branch.
What's up, man? You're right.
That means basically what he says. I guess he says like to his leader or whatever. I don't know. It was 2 weeks ago when I watched this late at night, and so he's like, why do you want just Damien? The Batman's like, oh, I know why you want just Damien. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna keep going. And so out of nowhere. Okay, I didn't tell you this, but like Harley Quinn, she shows up like a few minutes after being introduced to Wonder Woman. Like she's like, oh, I'm gonna help out real quick. Okay, and then she helps out real quick with the situation that they got caught up in, and then all of a sudden the Joker is there. The Joker's like, hey, I'm gonna rescue Batman. So that's what he does. Is that he helps out Batman, and then he like takes Batman back to Gotham, like through the whole sky, like the whole sequence. Like you'd have to see it to believe it. Like what's happening. So in that case, so they're back. So Robin is taken to our mystery villain, and he gets revealed. Do you take a guess who the mystery villain is?
The mystery villain?
Yeah.
I don't know, the Riddler.
That would have been kind of cool if it was the Riddler, but no, it's take another guess.
Oh, I have no idea. I know like 2 Batman villains. That is Joker and Riddler.
Really? Of all your Batman villains, and me telling you about the Rogues Gallery earlier.
I guess there was what's his name, Bane or Mr. Sandman or whatever it was.
Oh, I completely missed the part about Bane in the first movie. Bane shows up for like 20 seconds, and he's Sumo Bane.
Oh yeah, I could see why. Yeah.
They never use him again for anything else. He shows up the one time, and
that was 100% for fan service. Not the usual fan service. That was fan service, believe me.
And so like they had like Sumo Bane for like 2 seconds, like Sumo Bane's gonna come back later. Nope, never shows up again.
Honestly, that's kind of funny that they just did that. He tells you what they were doing.
I completely forgot about Bane. Take one more guess on a Batman member.
I actually don't know any other villains.
All right, so they use Ra's al Ghul. He's the most nefarious.
I would have never guessed that.
Wait,
who?
If you know, like,
is this some sort of like rare?
He's
Arabic
the most notorious
villain?
Batman villain in the sense of like the schemes and plots that he puts on.
That's you're thinking of Joker.
No, Joker was just like every other book, every other like section.
Oh, Ghul? How do you?
Ra's al Ghul. So he's like always like Batman's like worst enemy when it comes to like big plots and plans and things. Like literally, the Batman Begins movie is Ra's al Ghul as the enemy.
Who is this character? I've never. This is like some sort of.
What are you smoking weed or something? Like, what do you mean you never heard of this character?
You're like, hey, by the way, here's this like super notorious Batman villain you've never heard.
Have you never watched a Batman movie before?
I have. Not with this guy in it.
Did you watch Batman Begins?
Dude, what did I just like swap dimensions or something? Is this
You're going through Mandela effect.
Are you like
right
gaslighting me with like Mandela effect? Yeah.
You Mandela effect yourself.
I actually don't know this person. I feel like
did you not see the Batman Begins movie from?
Yeah. Which one?
The first one.
Batman Begins.
Have you not seen this movie? You're gaslighting me. You're gaslighting me right now that you haven't seen this movie. You know exactly what movie I'm talking about. Hold on. You know exactly what movie this is.
Hold up. Have I not seen it? I feel like I might have thought
the first Batman live action movie by Christopher Nolan.
What was the one that came afterwards?
Batman Dark Knight.
With the Dark Knight, yeah.
That's the one.
So I think I did skip Batman Begins. I had always thought I've seen it.
Really?
But the fact that like, yeah, I'm like looking at it now. I don't know Ra's al Ghul, and I see him in the movie in the like images. I just assumed I've seen this movie for so long. Huh. Well, you learn something new anyways. So Ra's al Ghul, okay.
Yeah, so Ra's al Ghul is like the most like notorious villain. He's also Damien's papa or granddad, because Batman banged his daughter and like, I guess we had an illegitimate child and I didn't know for like 10 years. It's like, okay.
That's what's up, man.
like Batman's like, I have all this prep time and things. Like, you think he would have been like, did I have my bat special with that one night with that girl,
He's out there Elon Musking it up, dude. He's just
essentially, I know, right?
Children, and then just like, yep, see you. It kind of blows my mind that there's just like this villain.
Like, how did you not know about
a movie? Yeah, and I just legitimately never knew them. It's almost like being like, yeah, I know Batman, and then just not knowing who Joker is. It's like, okay. Like, I do feel like I've heard the name quite a bit, but I just don't know.
Like, have you not watched like an entire Batman TV series from beginning to end, and caught like
the big problem is I haven't seen most of them since I was like a kid. It's like I've seen like an episode or two of the animated series
Which one?
since I was like, well, I couldn't tell you because it was like in passing. It's like I haven't sat down and watched any of them in like well over like 10 or 15 years. Definitely. Ooh, I'm lagging hard right now.
And okay, so anyways, where I was getting at, so Raisha goes like, "Oh, Damien, if you just say the magic words, I'll give you my entire Yakuza kingdom." And I did all the sophisticated things to build it myself, and just telling Damien this because it's like, all right, I guess I should like my grandson at some point. And so that's basically that entire story in a nutshell.
And did he say yeah?
Of course not.
No,
Yeah, and Damien's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that. My dad's too cool for school," and so he
you know what would have been cool?
if he took over,
If he said like yeah, if he just said like yeah, and he took over and then he just like quietly dismantled it because he's like, I'm the owner. Let's pack up now, guys.
okay, so like obviously like Raicho's like never gonna allow it to begin with. It's like, I know you're not gonna like let me take it. And can you guess? Can you guess what Raisha Gold does to Damien? Can you guess? Now think like the most Japanese thing, concentrated level that you can possibly do, and you're still wrong.
I don't know, beheading. Beheading's a pretty Japanese thing. You lost your honor. Behead him.
Well, I guess that's one way to approach it, but obviously you're wrong. So what ends up happening is that he puts him into a claw game machine, a human-sized claw game machine.
I see what you mean now. Yep. That's,
I was hoping you
not
were
going that direction, but I totally see where you're coming from.
I should have just like done something more ridiculous and funny. I guess I should have led onto that a little bit. So yeah, he puts him into a human-sized claw machine, and he basically just like does nothing the rest of the movie. Damien just like, nah, just like done. They can't figure out another thing to do with this guy. This just like disappears from the story basically because he's trapped in a claw game the whole time.
They really just like leave him there.
Basically, yeah.
Oh wow.
And like there's like the breakout sequence at the end and stuff. But
show he got free or something.
And so Batman, he's back. Joker's like later chump and just like leaves him behind. He's like, I need you to stop them for me because I'd rather have regular Gotham, and so on. And so Joker leaves. He's his exit scene or whatever. We're now in like Act 5, something. But now Batman's like back in the Batcave, and all the other Robins are like, all right, what do we do? And he's like, I had a plan to kill the Justice League this whole time in my back pocket. I'm like, all right, how do we use it? And he's like, don't worry, I got this. And so obviously with some prep time, the whole story turns around, and there's actually some, honestly, we'll say like the designs they use later for like the Yakuza Justice League guys actually kind of look pretty cool. I have no clue where we are, of what we're doing.
I don't know, dude.
Oh, you're doing a cutscene?
I'm finding a boss now, so I think I need you.
Oh yeah, you're doing this guy.
Look, it's Razul Ghul. I feel like this is supposed to be like really cool, but it's just not. Oh, hey, look, Gigamine, isn't that you?
Nah.
It's got half your name in it.
It's got half my name in there.
I'm gonna need you here. He's 3 levels higher than me, and he's got a stupid amount of health.
That's a shield. So, Batman, he goes back, he gets a bunch of stuff, and then Wonder Woman is now fighting against, like, Aquaman, because they had, like, a thing at some point. Like, oh, when I was a kid, Aquaman and I we were straight, with each other. So, however you want to view that situation, they didn't really use any explicits.
So did they just like try to get every single Batman character in here or something?
Well, they brought in the Justice League characters at that point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you did mention the Justice League was involved when it came back to the regular dimension or whatever. The regular timeline, maybe.
Yeah, if you want to use those words. But so, anyways, Batman, he comes back. He like stops a fight with Wonder Woman. And she's like, just about to win, but she kind of like gets a little tripped up there because like it was a little unfair fight because the Green Lantern lady popped back into place. She showed up and kind of made things hard. She's like, well, I can't risk you losing or whatever. I don't remember what she said. See this guy getting so hard.
Do you know how many bullets we put into him? You
keep acting like these bullets are like real bullets. Like,
like
you gotta stop thinking of like shooter games like this have like real bullets.
I got a legendary.
Oh, that's cool. I got a shield upgrade. Even though I kind of got probably better shield sitting in the inventory, I think. Oh, we actually leveled up as well.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 12.
Oh, what? That's cool. Why can't I can't unlock that yet? Oh, that's lame. I can unlock it next time.
You want the recharge delay to be low, don't you? Why does it say it's red when it's negative or when it's down?
Because it's a lower negative value.
Interesting gun. Oh, I see it. It went up. So it was showing red because it went up. I don't want whatever this is. So
Hyperion Ashen, so return 55 damage if meleeed with shield. So it's a fortified. So while full, shots drain 30% of shield for 20 weapon damage. When damage has 15% drop to fortified charge, it grants 10% damage reduction. So max health absorbs bullets, health. Kind of like the more like feature rich of the Ashen one. Oh shoot, that's right. I had this legendary here. That's Pangolin. So for all your big boom blast needs, is the red text. Has 60% chance to drop booster, restored shield, so it's a booster shield. So 15% chance to absorb bullets as ammo. So it has some absorb chance. While full shots drain 30% shield for it. So it gives me amp, and it gives me booster, and it gives me absorb chance.
So in this
spike game, I kind of like boosters.
In this game, they decided to add a like a new feature where you can toggle between the different elements that you can have sometimes.
Yeah, so Maliwan weapons have a feature. So Maliwan weapons always have an elemental, and so they now in this game have a feature where most of the shotguns and snipers, if you hover over a Maliwan weapon, you'll see one that says like can switch between, and you just have a switch mode. So it kind of gives you another element in your pocket. So it's only Maliwan weapons that have that feature.
That's kind of lame. I thought it was pretty neat because it's like kind of stupid to have 5 elements.
Well, it's like they had like the gimmicks to the manufacturers. So like all the Tor guns are explosion, but now the Tor guns have elements in some cases. So like it's like all the weapons have more like unique gimmicks to the manufacturer. It's like TDR is still the same of just like toss the gun or whatever, and Jacob's still the same where it never has an element because the Jacob guns are supposed to be like low recoil, small magazine, but high damage capacity. And then like Hyperion's like you get the shield. You have the forward-facing shield on the Hyperion gun, so you can like stay on firefights more. And then Dahl is just supposed to be high fire rate. It's sometimes as elements, but usually they're not elemental based. I need a darn vending machine.
I know. Sell some of this junk.
Yeah, I still have that like level 65 gun in my inventory that for some reason ended up picking up for whatever reason. I must have clicked on one. I think I clicked on one of the menu items. That one of my like email item things that gets sent to my characters because you did an event or something.
Dang, now that you mention it, you know how you gave me that really expensive gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I must have dropped it. It looked like garbage at some point because I dropped it.
Oh, you should have sold it in the spot.
Well, obviously I would have if I...
Yeah, where is the nearest vending machine?
It must be... I must have dropped it around here somewhere. I think I only dropped things around here and here.
Right?
No, guess not.
I have to fast travel to the vending machine so I can sell crap.
Yeah, I must have dropped it somewhere. That's kind of disappointing. I wanted to sell that. Oh, it's not like I need money in this game.
Yeah, I'm already at almost 6 figures in money.
Well, you probably sold something, so.
Yeah, how much money do you have?
I think I'm in like mid 5 figures. Oh no, I have 1,400. I'm at the start of 5 figures. 14,000, excuse me.
The rebel yell. I need some better weapons. Oh, it has a crit bonus and a weapon bonus.
I'm actually a little bit in disbelief that I dropped that weapon. Like, really, I didn't even notice.
All right, so the chargeback red card, sliding an enemy's drained shield. I don't remember the shield slide. So it has booster, reflect, and red card. All studs. Kind of like the one I got now with the snapshot big booster. So there's a legendary shield in the vendor over here. I need a new shield, grenade at some point. This firestorm's kind of doggy doo doo.
Yeah.
Link Reuter. So the amplified umbrella exploder. But is it so it's rain? Launches 3 grenades around. So that's a Merv. All these dang grenades in here are Torg. All the good ones, at least.
I thought I bought a grenade.
This
That
flat off
was
gun is
a-
just so ridiculous looking.
I thought about like a tracker.
Oh, this has a
or
grenade launcher on it.
Grenade. I don't have it for some reason.
It eats up like 30 ammo just for one grenade. Kind of not worth it for that.
Yeah. It's kind of garbage.
Yeah, I just want to use the darn grenade side. Okay, so Batman basically saves Wonder Woman, but like kind of the fight was gonna be over, but the Green Lantern lady, she shows up. She's like, you're stopping this," and so she's like, "All right, I'm gonna go do a thing real quick, and then I'll meet you later." And so Batman's like, "All right, time to deal with these goobers," and they do it. And so he like runs into like the Superman guy. They all have like names I don't remember at all, and these alternative versions. And so so the Superman guy's like, "Well, you can't beat me. I have superpowers. You're a loser." And so Batman does it. It's actually the kind of the trap of the situation for Superman was actually kind of interesting. So I will give him that. It was actually pretty creative. And so then he like has a talk with him. It's like, "The guy I know wouldn't have done this. He's this other dude who's more awesome and cool." And that was just like enough to like convince him. He was like, "You know what? You're darn right." So up to this point, there's some other stuff that's happening. Basically what Ra's al Ghul's whole plan was, the spoiler alert this one is he's like, "I'm gonna drop this Japan from this other dimension on the Gotham City." So it's just like, all right, that's the plan we're going with. So as you can imagine, basically Superman's like, "I'm converted. I'm gonna help out now. I'm gonna make a difference here." And so the other Japan is like it's like falling on Gotham City, but it's just like the tower where all the things were done. And Superman's like, "I'm stopping it now." It actually has a cool design. There's a cool design to the Superman's outfit there. And so they stop it, and then Wonder Woman comes in, and this is where like the fan service for Wonder Woman just like it just goes off the rails. I'm like, they got away with this.
It's like that, huh?
Yeah, it's just like the first thing that's like, excuse me, like, so together they stop it, and they're like, we're going back to our timeline and everything.
Why were you like 20 feet tall? Wait, why are you 20? Oh no, I was crouching. Yeah, I thought I was regular walking, and you just became a giant somehow. I was kind of freaking out for a moment.
Why aren't you listening to my story about Batman Ninja?
Yeah, sorry to keep interrupting you.
No, you're
fine. That was like, if I didn't say it now, I would have figured that out, and then
I'm partially remembering the plot on the fly, so. So
there's also a lot because you're just like you're throwing the whole shebang.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing the whole story at you.
I might as well have just
watched
seen the movie myself, you know.
Yeah. No, you still have to watch it. It's just like it's actually visually pretty good. So essentially,
with these animation things,
yeah.
I find I like animation a lot to the point where I can ignore a lot of glaring plot holes in favor of it. However, if the animation is bad and there's a lot of plot holes, that's it. Like I can't get into that, you know. So if we're talking good animation here, then yeah. And generally the DC stuff is pretty decent.
Yeah. So basically the thing ends, and then all the Justice League guys like, we're back. Are you coming to our meeting, Batman? And that's the functional end of the story. But yeah, go watch it. It's pretty darn wacky. And it's just like it goes out the rails, but it's just like if you're just looking to kill some time and you just want something to blast your face with.
Yeah, I mean it's wacky fun. I get it.
So
sometimes, sometimes that's the preferred way to spend the time. How do we get out of here?
Oh, we push the console thing in the middle, and we get the story progressed.
I thought I already did.
So have you seen this guy? They made a whole big deal about him having a mustache.
Pablo, I think we talked to him earlier. Rise, excuse me. That's what I meant earlier. Rise.
Raise?
Close enough.
I never heard anyone say Rise before. You have a little interesting way to pronounce some names.
Actually pronounce Rise?
I mean, if you just turn up the volume, you can hear them say the name.
I can't hear them because I'm
Reese. It's Reese. It's Reese. It's Reese.
Yeah, I can see Reese. I can't see Raise though, because
that was my bad. It's Reese. I'm gonna make the Borderlands fandom mad at me for saying Reese wrong.
Is it like Reese?
Yeah.
Why don't they just spell it correctly? Why are they doing like a Laylee or whatever the heck?
This dude's weapon is freaking huge. So yeah, anyways, what you been up to?
You know,
watch anything good recently?
Actually, yeah, I watched the Crapopolis stuff.
What'd you think?
I watched the first season. I haven't seen the second season yet. You know, the first episode pretty good. I enjoyed it. Second episode pretty good. I enjoyed it. And by the third, I kind of felt a reoccurring theme with the characters going on.
Oh, you shouldn't have binged it. It's definitely not a show.
No, I didn't necessarily binge it. I kind of watched it over the course of like a week or two. But the problem with that show is all of the characters kind of suck. They all just kind of suck. Like, not suck as in badly written or anything. Suck as in they're just terrible people. Like every one of them, except for one character, and that's Schlub, I believe.
Oh, Matt Berry's character.
The Manticore. Who?
Matt Berry's the voice actor for that guy.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they have a good cast of voice actors, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But Schlub is like, he's a good character. All the other characters, terrible people. like downright just, terrible.
I mean, when like Tyrannus' name is supposed to be like a take on tyrannical, and
yeah, it's like they do a lot of like references to things in mythology. Obviously, they take a lot of liberties with how they portray them, which is fine. But they like to throw in a whole bunch of junk, like the whole Frankenstein thing, which I think was like one of the last episodes or something. You know how that went down, right?
It's been a minute.
Basically, and I don't even know the characters' names aside from Schlub. But basically, he invites, his wife or whatever, the
Deliria.
goddess, Deliria. Thank you. Which, by the way, I like how the way she pronounces goddess, because it really just man, the writers are kind of on point. I'll give them that, because she says it like goddess, right? Emphasis on the god part. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how she would say it, knowing their personality, right? So like props on the writers on that kind of like small attention to detail. But anyways, the Frankenstein episode brings Deliria over to the family gathering, whatever. And by the end of it, spoilers, they're basically all dead. And she combines them back together. And everyone at like the dinner table at the end of the episode is like, oh, she made a new monster, the Frankenstein monster. And she's like, actually, it's the Frankenstein. Like, I see what they're doing there. I didn't think it was that funny, but I see what they're doing there. It's the whole Frankenstein's monster when it's not Frankenstein. Frankenstein isn't the monster or whatever, right?
Yeah. The Frankenstein was the guy's name, and
yeah. And anyway, so I see what they're kind of playing over there, and there's like a lot of little things like that I've noticed they kind of sprinkle around. I noticed a couple background things. They didn't even like say, there was no dialogue for it. They're just in the background. I can't quite remember what it was now, but there was something in the background. And I was like, oh yeah, look at that. It's like called the mythology. So they got a lot of, like I said, the writers are kind of on point. However, it's a very weird feeling to be watching a show where you kind of don't care for any of the characters. It's a very odd predicament because you can't really relate to any of them. They're all just terrible people. So you're just watching this like slow burn of a train wreck happening of whatever they're going to be doing.
Or if you had to pick one of the main characters, who would you pick as actually got something going on?
Schlub's the only good one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, best character. And we're not even talking like, it's not even close. Like if we had to rate these characters, I think Tyrannus is a 2 out of 10 and everyone else is 1 out of 10. And then Schlub is like 9.9 out of 10, right? He's way up there.
Oh.
Good character. Also because everything he says pretty much makes me laugh. It's just like, it's so out there that I never expect it, and yet I really should. Because, he's pretty kind of one note.
That's basically how all Matt Sperry's characters are. That's basically how he's like, so if you, he's pretty well known from a lot of his live action stuff, but if you...
It's like what we do in the shadows, right?
Yeah, so he's in there as Laszlo, and so he's actually... You would feel the same way. Like Laszlo's like the only character that made me laugh or whatever. So
yeah.
So
I mean, I'm not to say the show isn't funny or anything. I'm just saying when he pops in, he says something. It's just like, man, the tone of the jokes are just like 180 from the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, room decoration. I'll take that. Anyways.
Yeah, I already had the cosmetics.
What do you think of Crapopolis? Now that I've seen it, maybe I can understand a little more.
There are a lot of episodes I actually do enjoy. I think a lot of the premises are actually pretty unique with the way that they put in things like the nature of stuff. Like, so like the Greek mythology thing, it's like, well, what are the gods actually doing? It's like, oh, some of them are like, they're just doing a side hustle or whatever, and it's just like, that's their gimmick. It's like, basically like trick people into doing this one thing or something like that.
Yeah.
And so there was like one episode like in season 2 that involves I can't remember the character, but she's like, her whole gimmick is to basically like do a pyramid scheme of like women having kids and stuff, because she's like the goddess of fertility or something like that. Yeah, you'll like the episode's like, it really starts off her and you're like, they're going down this route. Oh, okay. And so they do, and it's like, oh, the whole thing is supposed to like play on like this notion of like, you gotta spend money to do this stuff, and like you're part of the group was one of the things, and like you're not just there to like do this other stuff. So like you I can't really explain the concept very well without like kind of spoiling the story. But that one's actually kind of worth it.
I'll
I
try
just,
to watch some of that in this next week.
yeah, season 2 I think is still going on because they did a pause after like season episode 9. They did like a 3 week or 4 week pause or something.
Is season 2 better than season 1, or is it just sort of the
I
same?
feel like they were kind of. I feel like they had to have been made at the same time of how close in like time the releases were.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even like a year. Like we didn't get we don't even have another Rick and Morty season set up and ready to go. Like you
To
know,
be fair, I know the writers are notoriously slow on Rick and Morty, so
because I'm more
who
careful
knows?
with it.
I have no idea why. I just know that's a thing. I think also Crapopolis was renewed for 4 seasons. Am I remembering that
Oh really?
correctly?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Let's see, yeah, don't quote me on that. I'll have to try to find an answer for that. Oh yeah, no. iAmGiG, Crapopolis renewed for season 4 by far.
Wow. I mean, you don't even have season 3 out yet.
So you're probably right about how they're just doing it in parallel because they have confirmation they can get so many seasons. They've probably
Yeah.
just gotten gung ho on it and started making a bunch.
Yeah, like just go ahead and just like get these turned out, get the whole seasons like done at a time.
Yeah.
And since they're fairly episodic, there's very few callbacks, but there's still some callbacks. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
and for this kind of show, I get why they do episodic, but they're pretty good at at sort of doing this thing where the civilization is incrementally getting better.
yeah. Like in the
Like
background,
the
you can see like the buildings are getting better. The people are complaining about more modernized things.
Exactly. So they're doing a pretty good job at having that sort of consistency going in, which I appreciate because it always kind of feels to me stupid to watch something and just be at the same spot at the beginning and the end of the next episode. Sort of like a Family Guy deal where it's like, no matter what you do, it's all gonna like loop back to the same thing because you get these self-constrained things. So, anyways, they're pretty good about that, which I appreciate.
I'm kind of curious of your thoughts on Stupendous. Like
Who's
all around, like so, like the sister.
Oh, obviously not my preferred type of character. That's my kind of character that I play if I'm playing an RPG. Oonga Boonga Barbarian. Not a kind of character I care to watch. Because it's just like stupidity for stupidity's sake, I guess. But, I mean, it's a fine character. Why? Do you have something specific you wanted to...
Now, I was just kind of curious, like, what you thought of, like, the design and, like, the character's behavior.
Oh, honestly, the character designs are kind of stupid, just all around.
Even Schlubs.
Schlub's such a good character. I'll give him a pass. As wacky as his design is, he gets a pass. But what was the Brainiac guy's name? I'm trying to
Hippocampus.
Hippocampus. So his design's like really out there. But once you watch the show, you kind of get like, I kind of understand why they have to make a wacky character in the family because it's like, the gods are a wacky bunch. So like they kind of come in all shapes and sizes, I guess. So it's like you can't have every family member be regular human, and you go to these like god conventions and junk, and then the other relatives are not human. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just kind of fit the theme, which from like the poster perspective before I seen the show, I just kind of thought it was stupid. But yeah, it's pretty good. There's a couple things that I kind of appreciate. Oh, I know. I think one of my favorite gags in that show is the fact they get their news on urns.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a pretty good gag.
Yeah. It's so stupid. Oh, man. But yeah, it gets me. I don't know why.
How much more are we doing of this?
I mean, are you ready to call it here? Or?
Oh, that's what I'm asking you. I can probably go.
Did I not talk to her? Oh, no, this is the scene. Okay. Oh, hey, look, they got Claptrap. freed.
I think my dang Twitch audio is jank again.
Was it that way the whole time?
No, I actually managed to fix it, and it was actually working for a while.
Oh.
And then I think that I just messed it up again by not changing it properly. Oh well, it's not like, you know, I don't have the YouTube side also going at the same time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. It's not like the stakes are very high when you've got one guy hopping in every now and then. You can start stressing about it when you've got the 5,000 viewers all breathing down your neck.
I know, right? When there's like the no viewers, of course, that's a, you know, it's like go to the YouTube side and watch it if you're interested. Obviously, if you didn't watch a stream, then you're not going to watch it now.
Got rid of your last viewer. It was just too much effort to open up that new tab.
And all of a sudden, like the YouTube side like spiked in views for like a moment.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I missed it though. Can we do it again? So I can see it.
Wait, it says navigate? Are we going to another planet?
I don't know what we're doing. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're on the navigation console. Dang, we're just speedrunning these planets. Right,
I guess like when they're like, oh, we did 2 games where it's on Pandora the whole time, and then we did a game that revolves around Pandora, then we did a story game that was on Pandora, so we gotta like make up for all those times that we didn't go to another planet.
Thank God. I'm down for it. And I like the sequence because it makes the plants look really tiny. Like, this just looks the same.
Even Maliwan's already here, so we'll be seeing more of them. Oh boy.
Ooh, I think I see green on that continent. I think that's illegal.
In a space game, green? Oh no.
I'm saying, dude, they must have glitched it out or something. They gotta fix it. That needs to be dirt and wasteland. Now, did you accept our side quest?
Yeah, you can actually just cycle through them on the screen. But I figured you'd only want to play the main quest.
I'd prefer to. I mean, side quests are just more the same.
You're like, gotta get out of this game. Gotta get out of here. Gotta get it. Can't do this anymore.
If I really thought that, I wouldn't be playing right now. I went a lot out of my way in order to make sure we could play tonight.
Yeah, that's right. You break those arms. You make sure that code is done. Because you're playing Borderlands.
It just bugged me. It's like last minute kind of thing.
That's how it always goes. It's like these like tiny little things like, hey, I need you to do this real quick. It's like, no, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not true.
They put emphasis on the real quick, but it never is. It's just like, you know, it could be nice and quiet for the first like 7 hours of a day, and then that last hour they're suddenly like, oh, by the way, super important, we need you 5 more hours. It's like, no. God dang it. Anyway. I don't know how the heck to get off this ship, dude. This is like kind of annoying.
You go to the drop pod thing. So you gotta go all the way down to the basement.
I am trying to find how to go down.
I'm trying to find you. Alright. Keep going down.
Oh, okay, here we go. Finally, cargo bay. I was on the front of the ship. You gotta go to the back of the ship.
There's many different ways to get around.
It's like that. Wait a minute. I was here just a moment ago.
What do you mean?
I was talking to this dude. Does he have another entrance, or is this the only entrance?
This is it.
I was literally right here, and I thought I was in the wrong spot. Well, that's kind of on me, I guess. Great. I spent like 10 minutes trying to navigate this ship. We got 10 minutes left.
Oh no.
Oh, what is this? Chinese theme in my Borderlands?
Unbelievable, right?
It says Athena's. Wouldn't this be Greek theme though?
You're asking too many questions. Like, why is there a space thing with circular design?
Is that us? Do we beam down?
No, we're the ones killing those dudes. Those are the cannon fodder. You know where we put 10 million bullets into because
No. There are no cannon fodder in this game. They're just all cannon.
100% cannon 20% of the time. Okay, I'll tell you this. So we're about to run into the most annoying character in the game that, whatever reason, they just like, we gotta bet there's another annoying character in here. So we're about to run into her, and she like, we hang out with her way too many times. Relatively unimportant. She doesn't die. Nothing important. She just like complains.
I like how you just implied her dying would be important.
Unfortunately, does not die. For better or for worse. For worse. Let's be real. So, like, it sounded like, oh, it's so terrible thing. It's like, honestly, if you're just playing the game, you put her in the background, and then like you do mission quests, and you don't think about it again.
Dude, I am digging this design though. Like, look, there's grass over here. Do you see this?
I was gonna say,
Dude,
how do you feel like about the background music? I think it's kind of nifty.
It sounds the same, but also mine's really quiet, so I can barely hear it.
I basically turned everything else down, and I only can hear some music. So like, it's basically just you're the only audio I have.
This is cool. This is pretty cool. We also just don't see a lot of like Eastern style stuff in Western video games, to be fair. And when you do get like an Eastern game, they just go all ham where everything's like super Eastern. Which I totally get it. It's just there's never a nice little overlap like this. It's nice. I just wish, you know, we were not walking on like stones and stuff, and this was like a proper pathway or something. It's still like garbage. Dang, I'll rob this guy's mail. But yeah, no, this is pretty neat. I like the building designs here. Kill an enemy with an exploding barrel. Was that you or me?
I guess. Oh wait, I'm still using the dang firestorm grenade. I never replaced my grenade. It's like severely underleveled. Oh well, I'll find something. That's why I want something that's longbow or homing.
Put it on a vending machine. Plenty of them. She doesn't seem that annoying.
No, not this one. Not the one we've been talking to, but she's telling us to talk to her apprentice.
That was Maya. Or whatever.
You don't know her. You didn't play that character. And you really went with the Maya when, like, that's a common known for Mai?
But it was M-A-Y-A.
Yeah, Maya.
M-I-Y-A.
That's like the common way how you spell Maya.
It's wrong.
But they said it in the game just a little while ago.
In their pronunciation, everything's wrong. They're all wrong.
You're foolish. You're a foolish mortal. I can't believe you would like, breathe air and walk near my essence.
Maya. Where's the I coming from?
The Y?
A-Y does not... A-Y makes an A sound. Like, you ever seen anyone go, A, you know, that's A-Y-Y-Y, right? They don't go, I, because that's what that pronunciation's implying. I don't know if I agree with it.
But why would you, why to have a discrepancy here?
That's what I'm saying. Why does language gotta have that discrepancy? Why can't they be consistent? I'm just being consistent, okay?
You're clearly are in the right here, oh holy one.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
You're clearly right. It was definitely Maya the whole time. That's how we've all been pronouncing it.
Maya.
Yep, Maya. Just the exact way that I'm hearing you say it is Maya,
mayonnaise?
without question.
Maybe if they'd spell their name right, I'd pronounce it right.
I've had to
That's all I'm
rewire my
saying.
brain to make sure you're pronouncing the proper thing in the proper order.
It's okay. They'll have like those speech algorithms and just convert that in real time.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody like says something that annoys you, you just like plug in the conversion.
Like I'm over here like having a stroke. Like I don't know what to tell this man. I don't know if he's just messing with me or if what's going on. Oh boy, it's a cutscene. Oh boy, she's basically having the same exact power as you because they kind
I
of.
know that person. That's a Jedi
That's a Jedi.
from Star Trek.
I thought the long
Leia.
hair choice was weird.
Maya, the Star Wars character from Star Trek. I pissed off enough people yet?
The one viewer. You piss off the one viewer. They're typing in
Just
like.
don't become famous or they're all going to come for me.
So it's just
Oh, I see. Yeah. I was going to say, this person doesn't seem so bad. Pretty cool.
no, it's the person she's telling us to go help out.
Yeah, let's see. If it's some squealy character, then yeah, it's game over.
I'm gonna let you just you'll know.
Oh no, it better not be like Tiny Tina or something. But let's see. Let's see what it is.
Because the random dude on the microphone has to have a name.
Is that the only time we ever meet him? Because I thought that was going to be a character later.
She was just shooting the wall there for like a good like 20 seconds. What is this like climb up animation? Why did she just climb down? Like,
Oh,
did you see that? Like, took forever to climb up, and it's like, nope, I'm down here now.
I saw her climbing up here. That's why I climbed up here. Maybe that's what caused her to go back down. Mispronounced her name too many times. Oh, she's back up here now. And she's going back down. What is she doing? I think she's got a dent in her brain. Because she ain't doing nothing. What is this? Is that a grenade? I need to get more sniper ammo.
Like the SDK, SDUs or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm just running out really quickly. The sniper is otherwise pretty powerful. My sniper shoots more like an SMG though. This pistol I got at like the beginning of the game. This legendary pistol is still my best weapon.
Really? That's pretty wild.
This thing's just like mowing through them. You gonna be okay?
Maybe. I can reload in time. This doll pistol I have is my best one right now.
Oh shoot, he actually got me. Oh, and he got his shield back? That kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't think I'll actually make this one get healed. This guy has so much health. Oh, it wasn't you healing me, it was the NPC. They can do that?
Yeah, they really made them smarter.
Well, if you say so. I think we witnessed the opposite a moment ago. Though. I think I'm also witnessing.
Oh, I'm finding a dang badass. No wonder why I'm dying.
Oh, you too. I've got like 3 of them.
All right, I actually managed to live that one.
Not me.
Oh, you actually died?
Oh yeah, no, me. I did it. Yeah, I was fighting like all the heavy guys, man. It's crazy. What is this? Oh, this is one of those like mod things where like you can enhance a skill or something. Oh wait, that actually says Siren. I want this.
The class mod, yeah. We unlocked class mods at the last major fight, like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, so you have to manually put it on.
I thought I picked one up, but I don't see it. Oh, they just look like grenades, that's why. Sure. Steady hands, I guess. And Meteor damage. I don't even think I have a Meteor weapon.
I need to get a better mute button because I forget my mute combo, and so now I'm sneezing into the dang mic.
I know, dude. Busted my ears up.
I need one of those storage, those stream deck things.
I'm just kidding, though. I could barely hear it. It was like a very distant sneeze.
Yeah, but YouTube side it's probably pretty noticeable. Since like the Discord has like the noise suppression.
Yeah.
Oh, so I've been building more shorts on YouTube, just using like the phone app, doing the remix feature. And that's how I've been getting those the shorts that have been popping out. So I just like putting them up slowly, little by little, like having 1 or 2 at a time, trying to find the balance of the schedule. So, yeah.
I do feel like there should be a couple more seconds. Some of those clips do feel like they were cut a little.
Yeah, some of those early ones, I was definitely cutting them a little too short. I was like, there's that much I'm saying afterwards. And so...
That's kind of the big deal, because we got large swaths of silence.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, it's kind of better to sometimes chop it. As, you know, when I'm watching, listening to it, I'd listen at 2x speed, but when you... Oh, here's the person, by the way.
Ava?
What do you think of this character?
Like typical streamer? Like typical hyperactive streamer, not typical regular streamer?
Yeah, this is supposed to be representing our Gen Zer character.
I see, yeah.
Now, mind you, like, a Gen Zer, when this game came out, should have only been in, like, maybe middle school, high school. So, yeah, how is this the target audience again? Are we just, like, okay with, like, you know, not having ratings in games anymore that mean anything?
You know, I sometimes wonder.
Because, like,
why can't we just have, like, a nice world that's cohesive in and of itself, its own culture, its own everything, that doesn't just bleed from the real world, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Where's this claptrap? Oh, there it is. Oh, we'll level up.
I really like Skyrim or something like that, because it's like, you don't go to Skyrim and see... they got, like, a distinctive speech pattern, too, for their characters, which is kind of neat.
Oh man, being able to run and gun is actually pretty cool. Like, my guy literally unlocks the feature of running and gunning at the same time.
Can we all do that? Oh my god, you're right, we can't. That sounds like a pretty neat feature, then.
Did you get level 13 yet?
No, I'm 12.
Dang, I guess my extra homework got me that extra level up.
Dang, I guess you're cheating. It's the only explanation.
You're darn right. With my proper pronunciation of Maya at one hand, I was able to properly level up to the next appropriate state.
Is that what it is? Every mispronunciation's costing me XP?
Exactly. I mean, you did say Ava correctly, so I'm sure you get a point for that. You actually
mean,
might get points deducted, to be honest.
Darn if I do, darn if I don't. I
So I think some of them.
Where's
So I've
Alpha
basically
and
been building the shorts like at night instead of like watching YouTube, trying to build a habit of doing that and everything. And they also kind of double as like if I want to make longer edits at some point in the future.
I found a chest over here.
This is some selling fodder.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of these suck.
I'm kind of debating if you want to bother with a rocket launcher or not.
Honestly, the rocket launchers usually just suck.
Well, they made all the rocket launchers have better gimmicks in this game, so like all the brands have slightly different mechanics on what they can do. It's like all the Tor ones have a sticky thing where you stick to it and you reload, and that's when it explodes. So you can like put out more damage at once, reload while the damage is being dealt.
Where are we going? I dig this area though. This is probably one of the more nicer areas. I just wish they relied on rock a little less.
Rock? What about rock?
It's just everywhere. Rock and sand, man. Rock and sand. That's this game's thing.
For a mountainside village?
They did a pretty good job putting moss over there, I guess. I misspelled iridium.
Oh, they misspelled iridium?
Iridium with an E.
No, it's iridium, as in like it's a special material.
I was going to make a joke about string formats, but I realized that's probably digging a little too deep.
Hit me.
Literally now.
I tell
And
the...
also, technically, it would require you to call me out. Because, I guess technically it'd be the Indian, not Iridian. You know about Little and Big Indian, right?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Ring bite. Yeah.
The big, the little and big separation.
Yeah, like I said, dig it a little deep, but
that's very esoteric.
I don't know, dude. It's just that's where my mind went when you said Indian or Iridian with an E.
That's like such a small topic that's covered in like the org art class, like for like a tiny little slide. It's like, now we just talk about the one time and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I learned it because I needed it, because I was making a byte serializer, or binary serializer, excuse me. And to do that, you need to know how you want to order your string bytes, so you can unorder them later when you want to read them.
How did you do it? Did you put your important bits at the front or the back?
Oh, I have no idea, dude.
Like, I have the music down really low, and you're louder than it, but man, I swear this music is just bumping right now.
Bumping in a good way, or just
volume-wise?
No. Maybe you've got dynamic volume.
I suppose.
So you know, I recently went on a cruise, right?
Yeah.
The TV had the world's worst configuration, dude. Like, it had so many settings. I brought my Switch, okay?
Yeah.
And I plugged it up into the TV.
Your legal one, of course. Your legal Switch.
No, yeah, like actual Switch. And I plugged it up to the TV to play some Smash Brothers. And it looked super blown out. And I tell people I'm with, I'm like, hey, this looks awful. I was like, what is going on with this? And they just looked at me and they're like, I was crazy. They're like, well, what do you mean? I was like, look how blown out it is. And they're like, I don't see anything. So I go to the darn settings, and they had the sharpness modifier.
Oh.
Like, turned all the way up. It was crusty, dude.
Oh,
like,
wow.
You know those crusty memes you see on, like, deep fried memes or whatever?
Oh, really?
it was up there, dude. I have no idea how they didn't see it, but I turned it off and they immediately agreed. They're like, oh yeah, that was awful. But like, dang, I don't know what these people were doing on these cruise ships or whatever, but that wasn't even the end of it either. They had something called dynamic brightness,
Oh,
and I think they had something called dynamic volume,
huh.
which is why I bring it up because like the dynamic brightness based on like it would basically keep the brightness really high when you go and shift between scenes, and then it would slowly fade to a darker brightness, which was frankly just really annoying. I guess it's to stop you from being like flashed. It's like you can't go from like a pure white screen to something else and then back to a pure light screen and then just be blinded.
Yeah. No flash banging.
Yeah, pretty much. But the fade in is just awful. Especially if you want to play like a video game where you want kind of a quick refresh.
Yes, particularly with like if you're gonna have a game like Smash, you're gonna have lots of like flashy screens and
It was just stupid annoying because whenever we get back from a fight or whatever, the like character screen would be super dark, and then it would because it fades to a black screen before it goes to the character screen,
yeah.
or before it goes back to the character select. So like we'd get back to the character select, and the screen was like all dark and slowly fading into back to viewable levels. I'm just like, dude, what is going on with these TVs? It reminds me of the like AI features they had on the TVs. Have you seen any of those?
No, I haven't actually.
So I've noticed something with a lot of like TVs when I go to like friends' houses or whatever. And they have these like AI features. There's two of them that
Yeah.
I know of. There's the refresh rate. So some will like interpolate frames. Like my grandfather, for example, his TV was doing this junk, and it's just so weird to be seeing interpolated 60 FPS like news station or whatever. What was it? Lord of the Rings. There was Lord of the Rings. What FPS does that movie play in? It's like 40 something, right?
No. Oh no, that was
like
the Hobbit, the movies.
The Hobbit.
They did that at the higher refresh rate.
Gotcha. I think it was just the regular one with Sean Bean in it. Was Sean Bean in the
first one?
First Hobbit?
Lord of the Rings wise? No, he's the guy that always dies in his movies, right?
Well, spoilers, but yes.
Yeah, so he's only in the first Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so it was the movie with him in it.
The very first one.
And it was going in 60 FPS. And it was like, it was honestly kind of nauseating. It was pretty bad. I only seen a little bit of it, but it was just like playing on the TV, I think.
Yeah, they're like made in 24 for a reason.
Yeah, and the TV interpolated it to 60, which, you know anything about interpolation like that, frame interpolation?
Yeah,
you don't
the AI stuff.
Yeah, you kind of want it like, if you're going to get to 60 FPS, you kind of want the 30 to 40 FPS to kind of get it there. Not 24. 24 is too little. So like you would see all sorts of like smearing and stuff.
Oh.
Let's keep in mind, we're talking like, this was probably a couple years ago too. This wasn't even like recent technology. So like, and we're also not talking like state of the art AI stuff either. So it was like really smeary. It just looked really bad if like there was any kind of movement. And they were just watching it on the TV. Like
without
no
any complaints or anything, really?
Yeah, nothing. They didn't even know. Like I kept bringing it up. I was like, well, I didn't keep bringing it up. I brought it up one time. And I was like, is your screen like running in 60 FPS or something? Like, yeah, I don't know. Looks normal to me. And I'm just like, how do you not see this?
Yeah, sometimes it's just like the default and you just get used to it. It becomes the behavior that they expect.
Yeah.
I
mean, if you watch it for 2 years, it'll be kind of hard to not see the difference unless you bring up like another screen or something right up to it and show them.
I'll let you talk to talk to this one. I'm gonna stay over here.
Oh, she killed them all.
I'm just gonna vibe to the music in the background.
Her head seems unnaturally big.
Most of the characters seem to have that, but I think that's just because it's a kid character, and they haven't had really too many kid characters. And like, I guess they give like the kids like an adult head. Like, have you thought about that? Like, giving the kid an adult head.
Save on that modeling time, man.
Oh, you gotta imagine like they probably designed like an adult character, and it's like, oh, we can just undo it. We gotta make a kid. Let's shrink it a little bit. It would be fine.
I'm standing next to her. Stay next to her real quick. Oh, shoot, she's going. Never mind. I think your head's actually smaller than hers. Just kind of jarring.
I do have a skin on, so.
Oh, true. Yeah, that might be helping. Well, that felt like yeah.
That felt like yeah. Yes, I do speak the yeah language.
Yeah, just like what she said was very modern, I guess. Just kind of weird.
Oh, like what she said wise.
Yeah. Yeah. I found the bat signal. Is this a Batman reference? Look, they have Skyrim reference, and now they got a Batman reference.
Wait, where?
Over here, they got the bat signal. Look, it's the bat signal. Don't look up there. You see the banners like kind of clip it. Don't look up there. That's not supposed to be for your eyes.
Oh, that's some lovely banner.
What banner? I don't know what you're talking about.
That banner seems to be going in and out of existence just a little bit. You know, it is kind of disappointing that they didn't bring back that physics banner stuff that you could like shoot and things.
They couldn't. We'd get like 10 FPS. Don't you know?
Yeah, because those were done on a deprecated version of physics because NVIDIA's like, nope, you know what? No one's using this. We can't have it. It's like, well, did you think about making it free? It's like, nope, got to make profit on it.
There's like 20 games that were using it, so I get it.
I think to pay for it, like you basically needed like a whole nother dedicated person to learn that.
Oh yeah, no, I believe it. Is Jacobs any good?
So Jacobs is basically high damage output, no element. So you're basically gonna have high precision shot, always make headshots, and you're good. Like, it's all up to you about your preference on game style.
I don't know. Some of these enemies require elements to kill. Otherwise, you'll be shooting them for like 6 years.
Well, the idea behind this is that you switch your weapons to a different element, then you swap out of it.
Typhon, isn't that the guy who like no, I'm thinking Tyrus or something. So many similar characters, man.
I always find it weird that it's like people with headphones on, it's just like are casually speaking in society.
I've got headphones on. What's wrong with that?
When they're just out and about walking on the street. I guess that wasn't the picture I was imagining, because like I'm obviously got a headphones on myself right now.
Yeah.
And so what I'm picturing is like when people are just like are out and about and they're just like in society, just like they got headphones on, like just like ignoring everything else in the world. It's
no,
like,
I knew.
It's like, or what have we lost? What have we lost here?
I just kind of understood it as like a sort of anti-social culture thing.
Which
like
is really like super modern with like everything right now.
It does feel that way.
The current generation just does not want to talk at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, why do these guys have so much health? These guys are like a level below us too, so what the heck?
You gotta go up to the badass Nogs, apparently.
These heavy gunners, I'm the one. Damn, are you killing these heavy gunners too? Don't make me kill more of these guys. I hate them. That seems good, sure. Who's shooting me? Is this dude dead? This dude died in a pretty interesting pose.
And so yeah, when I see people on just like walking about who have headphones on like all the time, especially when I see it at the gym, I'm like, how are you not melting with headphones on when you're at the gym? Like,
if you don't have like leather ear cups, yeah, it's just that's so gross because like the felt ones will just soak all that sweat up, dude. It's nasty.
and most of them have that fake vinyl or leather, all that faux leather kind of stuff on it.
Pleather, which I know the Sony headphones typically do, but I don't know. Do the Beats do that? Do they use that? Beats and Apple headphones are kind of the big ones I've noticed.
Well, Apple owns Beats.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they bought them like forever ago. Wow, we got Wallace Castell playing the game. I think it's a public game.
What, did someone join?
Yeah, someone's saying they want to pop in, so I think it's...
Well, we're about to...
Yeah, it's open to public, but we'll probably find a stopping place here soon. We're on like 2 hours. No, we are pushing 2.25 hours. So if you want to pop on, you can, but...
I don't even know if we'll be around in 10 minutes, but we'll see.
I can't remember how long this next segment goes on for.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to stopping mid mission here.
Mid-mission?
Like I said, next time we hop on, it's not like pick up right where we left off.
I've been pretty fortunate that no one has just like walked up to me with headphones on and started talking like I was supposed to just understand them. But I also maybe don't look like the most approachable person in general.
Dang. Well, you said it, not me.
He's ugly on the inside and the outside.
Nah, I don't know about approachable. I think it's just a common thing that people
Oh, hey, do you have this skin unlocked? That there?
No, I don't. I do now, though.
Good.
Alright, thanks, Dracula.
Good. 1 good. 2 good. Unlimited good.
Like Sesame Street.
Oh, there's a dang rack. A ratchet or whatever. The ratch, that's what they're called, ratch.
They're just roaches. You can just call them roaches. Oh, it's like a swarm.
I'm level 29. Neat. The game has balancing features just for guys like you.
Ooh, I got the big Indian.
Oh.
It actually did have the word big in it. Promise I'm not making it up. I grabbed it though before you could see it, so...
Well, I probably wouldn't have seen it on my end anyways.
I don't think that... Isn't it a quest item? I think it's that drops for both of us.
I'm a flak, so this dude's got a level 29 flak, so I guess that's appropriate that there's no redundancy. He's like, keep threatening to join. I'm just gonna join it. You can't stop me. I'm gonna do it. I see your public game. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna pop in there.
Yeah. He's more than welcome to, but
I find it interesting that I did have it public this whole time, and yet no one popped in. I guess this game's...
Borderlands 3's dead.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Because Borderlands 2, we got plenty people joining. Oh no, I'm lagging hard, dude. She just like zooped through. Also, those are like the goofiest little spaceships I've ever seen.
Oh, the Maliwan ships, they're just rings. There's like no place to put anything. It's just there to drop people down and teleport them.
Do you know those little like one wheel things that people could be on that are sort of like skateboards with just the one big wheel in the middle?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the flying equivalent of those.
I still see those like around every now and again.
I'm not gonna lie, the wheel ones kind of cool. The flying ship's not very cool. It's more like a flying Roomba, I guess. Wow, I'm really glad they give us that lore. I would have died if I didn't know how they met.
I want to know why there's always so much yelling and screaming. Like, why are they yelling and screaming about people dying all the time?
Isn't that like Borderlands MO?
I always imagine, like,
It's
if I was, like, a Borderlands character, I would just be in the background like, why is everybody yelling and screaming? Just get your things done.
Yeah, but I think it's in their DNA at this point. Like, they physically cannot help themselves. It just sort of comes out.
Okay, so I'm looking at grenade upgrades. So that's rubberize. I don't want to rubberize fishes. So that's sticky, large, impact.
Even all the big enemies, Sticky's not too bad.
I really like longbow because I just like to throw it at enemies nearby. Oh, we leveled up. I gotta stop what I'm doing and do a level up real quick.
No, that could wait. I keep accidentally double tapping the crouch button, which causes my screen to focus on the mouse.
If I get a critical hit on my shoulder-mounted cannon, I can get my charges back.
No, just do it. Oh, sure. Hey, I made it to an ammo reload thing. We got an epic grenade here. Thumper frag grenades. Lobbed, jumping, and sticky. What does jumping mean?
Oh,
Jumps one time, 10% damage per jump.
I think the rubberize is one direction, but the jumping is a little more sporadic or something. Wait, I have another skill point? Oh, I never purchased it.
You gotta purchase your skills.
Yeah, I never used the skill point. And it's such a jarring experience to play with basically fairly low audio.
Ooh, homing grenades. I wanted one of these.
Rubberized generated vacuum. So it's got singularity, generator. Roided thumper.
Yeah, that's the epic one, isn't it?
Oh, and I don't have, yeah, the roided thumper. I guess we're seeing the same thing.
I think they had the same special, maybe. item of the day.
I wonder if we have a different item of the
Oh
days.
no, mine just says thumper frag grenade. It doesn't say voided. So it is different.
Roided? What is roided? Jumps one time per jump. Request screens bounce. I guess roided must do more damage to shields or something. Oh, you went down? Oh, no, you're here.
No, I just threw my homing grenade. I wanted to see if it'd find the nearest enemy. It did not, in fact, find the nearest enemy because there was none. I'm very disappointed.
Without enemies spawned, that grenade disappeared into the ether, never to be witnessed from again.
Oh, is this a boss fight? We gonna do the boss fight before we call it?
Yeah, this is the boss fight.
Let's do the boss fight and then we'll call it right after.
All right.
Pushing it a little long, but we'll do it.
Boss fight.
Hey, it's Captain Truant. Or sorry, excuse me, Troun.
Trant. Trant? Is that we looking for?
Tron? No, I don't think so. Let's check out this grenade. Yeah, it kind of did. He resisted it, though. What does it mean when it says resist?
That you need a different damage type.
Okay. He's resistant to normal.
There's shock and cryo, apparently.
Oh my god, there's like 10 rat troopers. Oh, I died somehow. I love when games just like have enemies kill you when you don't see them. Very cool.
Wait, where are you?
I think I can. I'm on the second floor. Watched you. Oh, dude, you barely got me in time. Thanks. Yeah, I definitely would have died if you didn't pause the timer there. I was trying to like. Okay, I'm gonna swap out my weapons to something that has an element because I don't really have one. Would he be flesh?
He had to get rid of the
So-
shield first, so we needed shock on the shield.
I don't have any shock. So the next best would be corrosive or fire. All right, fire it is.
Ah, I didn't get the other thing I'm down.
Oh, like,
Damn, out of ammo.
wow, I'm gonna die trying to get you back. I did actually die trying to get you back because of the fire on the ground. Probably should have.
Well, shoot.
If these guys would just step over a little bit more. No, I was so close. I got him down to like half health.
Yeah, he's gonna get back like all of his health too.
Oh well. You got like 5 seconds.
Yeah, he got back all of his health.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta redo this fight.
It's my favorite. I'm gonna fill up on ammo before I go back in. Oh, is this not an ammo shop? This is just a grenade shop. Oh no, the ammo's at the bottom. Okay, that's weird. Shoot, I think I bought a grenade by accident. Have you ever talked about how much I love bullet sponges?
What makes you think these are real bullets? This is all this laser tag, right?
Having to like, or just having to like shift the world, change how the world works, just so we can justify it. You know.
I mean, they got like shields and stuff. Like, is that not enough to justify the behavior?
No. Shields, armor, none of that. Alright, so hear me out. 1 extra bullet per one of those. You get 1 bullet for the shield, 1 bullet for the armor, and then of course, you know, the 3rd bullet would kill him. If we hit him in the head, of course, you know, if we hit him in the torso, whatever, right? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Oh, did you die?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm like 10 seconds from dying. Might be able to get you. I think you died over here, right?
No enemy! Oh, why are you running away from me? I'm shooting you, you stupid enemy. I almost had one of the NPCs down, and the darn thing...
Okay. Well, it's okay, I'm alive, so you should be able to make it back in time.
I think they're supposed to get back health.
Oh. But you might want to hurry, because I'm about to die. I really like this pistol, though, because it feels like I killed him in a few shots, you know?
That one you still have from earlier?
Yeah, from like the very beginning of the game.
Wow.
Do you see how much damage it just did? Look at this. See yourself just dropping? That's this pistol, dude. One clip and he's dead. Watch this. Bam. Dead. Pistol's OP. It just runs through all the ammo very quickly. Yeah. A little problematic.
I need to get you that mute button.
Nope. Can't do.
Is it? Do you have this cosmetic here?
I do see it. Yeah. I guess cosmetics drop for both of us.
Oh, I picked it up and dropped it. So I guess it puts it into the global area.
Yeah, I gotcha. Thanks. I got it. I didn't have a 4% things. Who are you playing as again?
Zane.
Is that the operative?
Yeah, that's the operator guy.
They have operative over here. There's an operative class. I can drop it real quick for you. No, it doesn't like order your items. That's weird. Oh, sort by rarity. No, that's no good. Well, I thought I picked it up, but I guess it just disappeared. Oh well. Oh, no. Okay, I found it. I did have it. I don't know if it's worth it, but it's over here.
Alright, let me take a look at that. I have a level 10 on one right now. So that would give me shield recharge and shield capacity. That's actually, the meta ones are useful, but I have everything spec'd into my purple tree, which is all the DLC stuff, which I don't think drops easily in the global pools. So it's actually kind of worth an upgrade.
Because I'm recording, even if I blow my nose or whatever, it still gets recorded. There's not like an OBS mute, is there?
Yeah, that's the settings. You just have to do the key bindings.
Oh well.
Yeah, I just don't remember my key binding for it. Like, I know it's really simple, but then I don't remember the unbinding one.
Yeah.
Because it's a toggle for one or the other.
Let's just wrap this up. What is she holding?
I completely forgot about the story happening in the background here.
The shadows are really weird. If you look at her eyes and the shadow passes over.
You watching the thing?
Am I supposed to be watching something? It's a door opening. Did I really have to look over there for that? I was observing bugs. I think a bug maybe. No, I think it's just the weird shading.
I think this is like the last thing we need to do. There's no boss or anything in here.
Oh, I know this person. This is Nocturnal from Skyrim. We're gonna get the skeleton key.
Is this a Skyrim reference?
Yeah,
Oh, there's a.
is this another Skyrim reference? Are we just gonna do that now for every session?
Did you not see this thing here?
Oh, what? The chest? What about it? I was busy observing my cool Skyrim.
Ah, cool. I got a legendary drop. It's a
Yeah,
Jacob's
me too.
pistol, though.
It's a, I got a Torg pistol. I don't know what that means.
Do you want to see this Jacob's pistol?
Sure. It's not as good as mine. Oh, mine's just a rocket launcher in pistol form. Yeah, I can dig that.
Crit damage if I'm making precision shots.
That's really good. 85 damage. The water. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh. Crew challenge complete.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Pretty neat. Got some good skills finally. Are we good here, or?
I think we just
I don't
click on this
see
thing up
what-
here. And then that's where we can stop it.
Oh, that is another legendary. I guess they make legendaries pretty common.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just because like you level up so fast, it just doesn't really matter if you get a bunch of them.
I used to get like, I think I got like 2 or 3 legendaries the last time we. Like, a little jarring.
Like I'm level 14 and like this Jacob's legendary just like isn't really interesting. Because it's only level 12. And like the item score is pretty low as well.
Item score?
Yeah, so if you look on the top left corner when you're hovering over an item, you see an item score. So if you're like trying to compare 2 versions of like a very similar gun, you can usually identify the better version by the item score.
Oh, dang. That pistol that's really good says an item score of 91, but everything else is like mid 200s, so, or early 200s, so.
I'm curious,
I guess
like,
it's like a rough estimate, but it's not really perfect.
I'm curious, like, drop that pistol real quick. I'm just curious what it actually, what its title
Let
is.
you- Can't let you steal it though. It's really good. You have to return it though. Okay.
So you have,
So-
so it's a Jacob's the Flood. Basically, that one
Yeah,
I
'cause you-
was like handing you a moment ago was this same thing.
No, I don't. Wait, what?
Dual wheeled wagon is the one I was popping up there. It's basically the same exact thing.
No, because look, the mag size is only 4, which makes that kind of hot garbage. The mag size here is 12, and you can shoot it all in 1 second. Because the fire rate's almost the exact size of the clip size,
Well, what's the reload rate?
1.9.
So the reload on my
Pick
this
it
thing
up- pick it
here.
up real quick, shoot it a few times. You'll see what I mean pretty quickly. It's just like you empty the clip in a second.
No, actually, you pick it up and
That's why.
tell me how you feel between those two.
All right, well, you pick up the other pistol and you tell me. You're the Borderlands expert. Just make sure you return it.
No, you can take it back if you want.
Oh no, this is awful. Yeah, no, this is garbage. You can take this back.
I mean, I don't really need it since I already have my other legendaries from my vault. So if you just want a selling fodder, you can take it.
Do legendary self removal? No. No, they don't at all. Kind of funny. Yeah, that's just.
You're like, I'm not even gonna bother picking up just to sell it.
It's 100. These like common items sell for 3 times as much. I'd rather just sell those.
I mean, when you have an inventory space to hold like 60 things, so.
You do.
How many? What? I have 16 on my item slot.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Alright, we'll return to Sanctuary and save there, I guess.
Sure thing. Yeah, it's the same one every
It's
time.
like a guitar. It's some sort of like acoustic guitar sounding thing. Sounded pretty good.
Are we calling it here, I guess?
Yeah, I'm already out.
Well, on that note, I guess that's a good place to stop it for today. I'll probably try Monster Hunter tomorrow. Solo. Do all the solo stuff and figure out how the darn game works. So that will be on the list. That's kind of my target goal. I did finish Doom Eternal. So it's real juxtaposition to come to like this shooter from that one, which all of its complex mechanics and everything. But that's gonna be it for the stream, and we'll be